preseason AC Reset, a deep internal clean where our technicians remove built-up dust, restore airflow, and prep your home before temperatures spike. First-time customers get their preseason AC Reset for just $39, normally $129. Appointments fill fast before the first heat wave. Go to coolwillies.com and click Book Now.
Now is a perfect time to start on your next success. Get your application fee waived when you apply to University of Maryland Global Campus by September 1st. Put your goals within reach. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
A fiduciary has the regulatory obligation to put your best interest first. Trajan Wealth is a financial fiduciary for your investments. Call today, 520-200-1600.
Securities offered through Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And we're coming to you from Showtime Cards here on a Speedway. It is Wednesday, and it is Wild Card Wednesday. Join the program at 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Our 12th show here from Showtime Cards. We did our first one. We've been doing these once a month since last September. So this will be the last one for this first year, and hope to do a few more shows here coming up in the next year as well. If you have trading cards, stuff that you would like to talk to, our guy George Marius will be joining us coming up a little bit later in the show as well. We'll talk about the recent Shohei Ohtani card that got pulled in a store in Florida worth $10 million. Of course, you don't know how much it's worth when you pull it, but then you take it to a show or take it to get it curated, and you find out exactly what you're holding on to right there. But that was, a huge 11. I'm sorry, 10, I think I said $10 million, $11 million. That card went for. So we'll talk about that. Also, I'm interested. I want to show George the card I got. A fan sent me a 1967 card of my uncle here. I'll pull that out right now. If you're watching on any of the video streams, we are streaming the show live on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Join our super chat if you're on YouTube as well. This card right here, if you can see it, that is my Uncle Pat, 1967 Topps 50. Actually, I'm sorry, this is 1970. Excuse me, 1970 Topps card. This is his third big league card, I would imagine, because his first full season in the big leagues was 1969. So that's his 1970 card when he was still with the Kansas City Royals. Originally came up with the Minnesota Twins, played with the Royals for a couple of years, was with the White Sox for a number of years. In fact, spent some time down here in Tucson. That used to be a White Sox AAA affiliate a long time ago. I believe he was here in the actually might have been this season here. 70, he was here either 70, 71, 71, 72. I'm sorry, 71 or 72. I'll have to remember exactly what that was. But that was my young-looking uncle who was, how old was he at the time? He would have been 20 he was 25 at the time, 25 years old going into year 26, his third season of the, I believe, 15 that he played in the big leagues. So I'm interested to get George's thoughts on the condition of that card from 1970. I mean, I don't know how old this holder is, this sleeve that the gentleman who sent this to me is, but it's not like the sleeves that we've had here, so that sleeve might be kind of old as well. So we'll dive into that.
Tell you, DK, it's going to be great as invaluable.
Yeah, great, exactly. Hey, anytime you could have an old card of somebody that's in your family that might have played at any level where they produce cards, that's one to hold on to for sure. So we'll dive into all that. We'll talk to you as well about it. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Practice number 6 last night for the Arizona Wildcats. Today is the second off day of fall camp, and then the Cats will be back on the field Thursday and Friday morning, followed by Saturday night, leading into that'll complete 9 practices. They'll be halfway through fall camp when we get to that final practice on Saturday night. Under the lights last night at Arizona Stadium. So got a chance to go into the stadium last night. That sound system was, so this time before when I was in there, I was on the field facing the scoreboard area where the sound system, I think the majority of the speakers are down at that end of the stadium, but they definitely project. I'm sure there's probably some smaller speakers as well, other speakers that are located in other different parts of the stadium. But now we were sitting on the east side watching practice last night. Still very good sound. Still everything was legible. So I think fans are going to be very happy with the sound system that has been installed at Arizona Stadium for this upcoming 2026 season. Last night, I think, as I was sitting there watching last night's practice, and so through the first 5 practices, I had graded 4 wins for the offense, 1 win for the defense, but really the last 3-4 practices have been really, really even. The offense came out and was, I just thought the first 2 days they were just miles better than the defense, but the defense has started to come on and make plays. We had some interceptions last night that was good to see. Javion Cole had an interception last night during practice, so you've got some defensive guys out there starting to make some plays. But as I was watching practice last night, I was thinking, man, this might have been the most even of the practices that I've seen thus far. So I might have to, if I was scoring it, I said I might have to start scoring these practices like a boxing match where I get on the 10-point must system, which is popular in the boxing world. I'll give 10 points for the team that wins. I'll give 9 points for the team from the side that doesn't win, and then we'll add up the points and crown a world champion at the end of fall camp. So last night might have been an even round. Might have been an even round last night because the offense made some plays. The defense made a ton of plays as well. We saw a couple of long touchdowns from some of these new wide receivers, and we're going to get into the wide receivers coming up a little bit later on the show. DJ Jordan, who's the transfer from University of Southern California, he had a big touchdown catch from Noah Fafita last night. Also, R.J. Mosley had a big touchdown catch from Luke Hawago last night. So they hit some balls deep. But again, like I said, they had some interceptions as well, did the defense. So both sides making some plays out there. I failed to mention yesterday, one of our local youngsters, Tyler Mustaine, had a diving touchdown catch in the practice on Monday. So good to see Tyler Mustaine out of Push Ridge Christian Academy, making his presence known out there as a backup tight end. And he is now in his senior season. Wow, it's hard to believe that he's been around that long. It seems just like a few years ago I was covering him on the high school trail. But now he is out there doing his thing for the Wildcats, playing tight end in his final season of eligibility. Who else last night? We had a long touchdown run by Antoine Roberts, who's one of the new running backs as well on this team. A transfer from Marshall, who's looking to get some playing time. He had a big touchdown run as well. So there were some big plays for the offense. There were some great plays for the defense. So I think last night might be a 10-10. Might be the first 10-10 practice of this fall camp because it was hard to distinguish which side was better because both sides were making plays. We saw a number of sacks, and there was a period. I mean, again, and when I talk about like when I give the defense wins, That can be a lot of things. It can be what might be perceived to be a sack. If you force the quarterback to run, like if he goes back to pass and you force him to run, that's a defensive win for me because he went back there, nothing was open, and he had to go on a run. Doesn't matter how many yards he gets or ever not, because again, you can't touch the quarterback, so you're not really. So that's really immaterial. But if you force Noah to run, if you force Sawyer Anderson to run on a pass play, that's a win as far as I'm concerned. For the defense. And so there were quite a few of those. Any play, obviously, if you force them into an incompletion, we're starting to see more of those. Like I mentioned, like the first couple of days, Noah wasn't throwing any incompletions at all. The only incompletions he had were drops. Now you're starting to see the defense force him into some bad throws. That's what you want to see as this camp goes on for the Wildcats. So good to see those types of things happening on the defensive side of the ball. So we'll dive into that as well. You'll hear from Seth Doege. You'll hear from Bobby Wade. And interestingly enough, one of the things we're going to get into, and you're going to hear from them, and this was something I talked about last year, and I asked about early in camp because it was very evident from the first day of practice, and I talked about this last week. From the first day of practice, they were switching the personnel groups out in a way they had not done last year, where it was essentially Noah Fifita getting the majority of the work with the first team. This year, from day one, Noah was getting reps with the first team. Sawyer Anderson was getting reps with the first team. Noah was working with the second team receivers and running backs, and Sawyer Anderson was working with both the second and the first team. The reps were much different. You're going to hear from Bobby Wade and Seth Doege today about one of the reasons why they're doing that this year. And it's something I talked about that they should have been doing last year. But again, we'll go back first year, new system, new coordinator, and they felt last year maybe was they wanted to approach it a little bit differently than the way they're approaching it now. But people thought I was crazy when I said that the number 2 guy should be getting reps with the first team. Well, that's what we've been seeing this year in camp. It's been happening because they want those quarterbacks to be throwing to all of the receivers, not just Noah throwing to Chris Hunter and Trey Spivey and that first group, and then Sawyer Anderson throwing to DJ and some of the other receivers down the line, DJ and RJ and those guys. Both quarterbacks have been working with both personnel groups and getting acclimated because, again, if Noah goes down, and this was my contention last year when I talked about it. If Noah goes down, now your second guy's coming in, and he has no repertoire with Chris Hunter, Trey Spivey, Gio Richardson, Isaiah Mazzell, because he hasn't been throwing to those guys in practice. That's not happening this year because both those guys, and Sawyer Anderson is still the leader in the clubhouse for the number 2 quarterback position. Both those guys are getting significant reps throwing to all of the wide receivers, and I think that's going to make for a much better offense if indeed you get to a point where, and Lord forbid we don't, that Noah Fifita, for whatever reason, can't go out there and you have to stick in a Sawyer Anderson and or a Luke Hoago. All right, 520-848-1290 if you want to dive in on any of that stuff coming up. We've got the Diamondbacks. We'll update you on both games. We had a game last night. Did not go as well as we would have liked. Again, you got to stomp on these bad teams when you have an opportunity. And the Diamondbacks have been playing really great baseball. They let one slip away last night, and they're on their way to losing this series, which is absolutely not what we had planned when the Rockies came to town 6+ games under 500. The last thing, I said, what did I? This series started on Monday. I said Monday during the show, this is a series that you should sweep if you're the Diamondbacks. Put your neck on this team. Put your neck on the bad teams and start to build those numbers above 7 games over so you can get to that 10-game over mark. And this is, I think, the frustrating thing about this Diamondbacks team is they just cannot seem to do it. They cannot seem to do that. They just get to a point and they can't seem to put their foot on the neck of some of those teams. So we'll get to that. All right, also want to get to, right now, we're going to get to our top play because we have another tennis top play, and this is for a match that's about to get going here. In fact, they just took it off the board, so I should have gotten to this a little bit earlier. I totally forgot about it because the match is scheduled to start here at 3:15, so they just took it off the board. So you can't bet it, unfortunately, anymore, but I'm going to tell you how we bet it.
Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books of Westwood One Sports. Semifinals at the Canadian Masters, and I'm once again backing Spanish teen Rafa Hodar to continue his run. At 19 years old, he can legitimately challenge Sinner and Alcaraz. That's how good he's been. Tonight he plays American Brandon Nakashima, and at night with the court playing slower, that neutralizes Nakashima's serve. I'll take Hodar to cover the 3.5 game spread. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Pat Boyle loves Hodor.
He does. Rafael Hodar. He absolutely loves him. Some Rafael Hodor. These are the semifinals. So remember I said yesterday we could have as many as 3 Americans in the finals of this tournament, and that's exactly what we got because Lerner Tien won his match yesterday in the quarterfinals. So Lerner Tien is going to be facing off against Ben Shelton coming up at 4:30. And right now we've got Rafael Hodar and Brandon Nakashima. Nakashima also from the United States. They are starting up right now. So
Nakashima's from San Diego by way of Virginia, right?
Yes. He went to the University of Virginia. 1 year, was so good that he decided to turn pro. He was a one and done on the tennis. And it's interesting because this is one of the things that that I've talked a little bit about, but not a lot about, in terms of we're having a ton of success right now in men's tennis, and we'll get to this. We'll get to this point a little bit more coming up. We're having a ton of success right now in men's tennis. Clancy Shields got a contract extension last week. Will this translate to professional tennis for Arizona? Will the success we're seeing now translate to the professional realm? We'll dive deeper into that coming up a little bit.
Not everybody on the Arizona men's tennis team is from America is the one issue there.
That's true. Well, hey, that's fine. I mean, I don't got any problem with that part of it. I just wouldn't mind, again, when we've probably talked more tennis this summer than we've talked in a long time, but it would be nice maybe if we're looking at some of these lines and talking to these and looking at some of these tournaments where every occasional time we see an Arizona-based player pop up in a semifinal or a quarterfinal or one of these major matches like what we're seeing right now. It doesn't have to be an American Arizona player. I just want to see any of our Arizona Wildcats that can maybe ascend to that point where if they're not necessarily playing late into rounds 3 and 4 of Grand Slam tournaments, they're at least playing into rounds 3, 4, semifinals, finals in some of these lead-up tournaments like we're seeing to because each year we have various lead-up tournaments to the Grand Slams that are played on those courts. You have grass court lead-ups throughout the month of May and June leading into Wimbledon. You have clay court lead-ups throughout the months of April and early May leading into the French Open. I'd like to see eventually some of our Arizona players, men and females, getting into where they can be at the top of some of these events as well. So we'll dive into that coming up a little bit more as we go along. DK on the Sports Tip. We're out at Showtime Cards. Come on by and see us, 520-848-1290. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With collisions reported at Golf Links and Wilmot and Golf Links, a crash 22nd Street east of I-10 with backups on westbound 22nd Street, approaching 10th Avenue. 22nd Street closed between Tucson Boulevard and Cherry Belle Avenue. You could use Broadway or Aviation Parkway instead. Flood advisory in effect until 4. We've got 74 is the low, 93 tomorrow, and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Audible. When you start listening to books on Audible, traffic might seem like less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
Can the Mets turn this thing, or does your dad, Dragon Ball, have any faith in this?
No, my dad gave up about 2 months ago. Gotta believe, but only when it's believable to believe.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
This Panther Update is brought to you by UNC Charlotte.
The comeback tour begins. I'm Anish Shroff with this Panthers Update.
Hey, Panthers fans. Not every injury happens on the field. Car wrecks, work injuries, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,100 lawyers in 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $35 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of the Carolina Panthers. Injured? Dial pound law. Jonathan M. Smith, forthepeople.com. North Carolina lawyer will handle North Carolina cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
Spivey in the open, touchdown, Arizona.
The biggest improvement to the passing game, the timing that Noah has got with his receivers.
He's progressing at a great pace. It's not just one guy that's getting all the passes. If you want to lock down, who you lock down? You definitely want to make sure that Spivey doesn't touch the ball, because all he does is touch it and run into the end zone. It's just amazing how he's connecting with all these receivers.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
It's been a long journey for Panthers running back Jonathan Brooks. The Panthers selected Brooks in the second round in the 2024 draft. He was the first running back taken, but Brooks at the time was coming off a torn ACL he had suffered in his final season at Texas. After missing most of the season, Brooks only appeared in 3 games for the Panthers as a rookie before re-tearing the ACL in his right knee. He missed all of last season, and the road back has taught him many lessons.
I feel like it allowed me to learn a lot in the game of football. On the field and off the field, I really dug into my faith. I've never been as strong in my faith as I am now. And I think that that's helped me become a better person. It's helped me break habits. It's helped me do everything in my everyday life to become a better partner, a better teammate, and a better family member.
In his final season at Texas, Brooks, in just 10 games, ran for more than 1,100 yards, averaging more than 6 yards per carry.
I feel like I'm back to my young self, just out there playing free.
I'm Anish Shroff on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
This Panther Update has been brought to you by UNC Charlotte, ranked among the nation's top 75 public universities. The difference is Charlotte. UNC Charlotte.
Progressive knows you've never met Channel 6 meteorologist Daniel Hughes, but when he says it'll be sunny, you trust him. After all, he is a weather professional who knows how to use a green screen and probably went to weather school. You never went to weather school, so you hit the farmer's market in your convertible. Turns out Daniel Hughes is not dependable. But Progressive is. So bundle your home and auto insurance and get 24/7 protection and reliable coverage. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming. Happy screaming. Summer screaming. $1 small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
This is a commercial with real words about Tobacco Barn, so let's get straight to the point. Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Are you kidding me right now?
A rare chance to tell the tax man no.
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 No. Plus, at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, there's a coupon that can save you up to another $3. So check out the website.
This is a great moment in internet history.
Anyway, back to the main point.
What's going on around here?
Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products.
Nobody covers your cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way.
That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Once upon a time, our family had trouble with pests around our home. Did you know that stinging insects send tons of people to the hospital? And teeny ticks and mosquitoes can be all around the yard. Their bites can make people and their pets sick. Mice, rats, and roaches need food and water just like us. You do not want them to visit. They can spread disease and make it hard to breathe. I'm sure glad this story has a happy ending.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Doing a lot of around the house work. New tub. We had to break up the concrete, reset the pipe.
You're going to start your own show?
Not a chance. I'm not a big HGTV guy.
How much of that work are you doing yourself?
The stripping was kind of my job. I ended up taking
stripping?
I took
You're
out the
stripping?
linoleum. I stripped out the
Am
linoleum.
I not paying you enough money that you got to strip for a living? DK on the Sports Tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data.
208-482-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Man, things started so well for the Diamondbacks last night.
Way up in the air and way out to right center. Corbin Carroll sends it out of here. Well, last night it was a first inning grand slam by Nolan Arenado. Tonight, a solo shot by Corbin Carroll, his 17th. Marte lines it to right. Beck backing up all the way to the wall, and it's gone. Ketel Marte, that's 21, and it's a two-run Diamondback first. He's starting to feel that he homered here Sunday in the win over the Dodgers. He's got another one tonight against the Rockies.
Diamondbacks download. Baseball talk.
Yeah, a pair of solo home runs. That's 3 home runs in the first inning of the last 2 games heading into today. Kyle Karros, if that name sounds familiar, he is the latest in the Karros baseball family, the son of former big leaguer Eric Karros, who played with the Dodgers and the Rockies and a number of teams coming out of that UCLA Bruins program. That would tie the game at 2-2. The Rockies would get a run in the 7th inning to take a 3-2 lead. Arizona had the tying run on base in the 9th, trying to at least tie it or potentially, like they'd done on Friday night, win it with a walk-off home run.
String is out with 2 outs, tying run at second, 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him with the gas. Jordan Romano, and Colorado rallies and evens the series in Arizona, winning it 3-2.
There's no more exciting a call than a Rockies final out in a win call because it's so rare.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Ginkel, unfortunately, the Wildcat stuck with the loss on that one, allowing that run in the 7th inning. Some unfortunate defense there from Ryan Welchman after we talked about how great his defense was. Let's hear from Torey Lovello after the 3-2 setback.
Things started off pretty good. You know, you get a solo home run from Carroll and Marte, and you score 2 early runs off one of their guys, and you feel like you're going to put some more runs on the board, but we didn't. And we end up going 8 scoreless, something we haven't done in a while. So their pitcher got very, very stubborn, went on lockdown, and they did a nice job of not allowing us to tack on runs, get that big base hit with 2 outs. Happened a few times where I think we had an opportunity to do that. Just never had any opportunities, or didn't. We had opportunities, but we just couldn't cash it in and extend that lead. Mitch for me was real good. He just made a mistake or two, and the one that was very critical was the 2-run home run to Karros. But it's part of the game. We were going to bounce back. I felt very good about this game walking into it. I felt like everybody knew the importance of it, but we didn't get it done. And we got to find a way to come out tomorrow and play a really good baseball game and win a series.
All right, let's hope. The hope was that they got understood the importance of last night and then the importance of today after losing last night. But right now, that game at Chase Field has gone to the top of the ninth. The Diamondbacks have cut into their deficit against the Rockies. It is now 6-4, thanks to a Corbin Carroll home run in the 8th inning. The other runs today driven in, Ketel Marte, RBI single in the first, once again knocking in a run in the first. So they got runs in the first inning of all 3 of those games. But Cousin Merrill, not as sharp today as we've seen him of late. 5 innings, 6 earned runs on 6 hits. He had 3 walks, gave up a pair of home runs. His ERA now is up to 5.11 on the season, and the Rockies are 3 outs away. Batting right now, Colorado is in the top of the 9th inning. The Rockies are 3 outs away from winning 2 out of 3 in Phoenix against the Diamondbacks.
In that bottom of the 8th, DK, they did have 2 on, and Arenado grounded to third, and there was an easy out at third. So they challenged about 5 minutes ago. They were challenging for the lead, but unfortunately they came up empty.
Nolan Arenado going 0 for 4 does not help my fantasy team. Thank you very much. But got to keep him in there because, he has been pretty hot. I tell you, it never fails. I mean, this is the thing I love about baseball. It's one of the things I hate about fantasy baseball. I got to choose between Nolan Arenado and Gino Suarez, and I left Gino out of the lineup last night, and I played Nolan Arenado because he's been a little bit more consistently hotter than Gino. And then, of course, last night I don't play Gino. He hits a home run last night, and Nolan does not. So it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Well, that's probably why the average salary for a Major League Baseball manager is $3 million. Probably that would be probably why that
also,
is.
there's the whole reason as to why this happened with Nolan going 0 for 4. It's because you talked about how good you've been hitting the last couple games.
Yeah,
you don't talk about streaks.
All
you don't
right.
talk about a.
You
good
didn't wear the
pitching.
right hat. You didn't sit in the right chair. You didn't drink out of the right mug.
Nope.
Apparently not. But guys, again, the frustration that this is if a series that you'd like to sweep. Again, it's Major League Baseball. It's hard to sweep series, but a team that you're better than, you're playing good baseball, and not only now are you not going to sweep the series against one of the worst teams, the second worst team in baseball. Now you're going to lose. You have a potential to lose the series against the second worst team in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, last night is okay. It's okay in my mind because Tomoyuki Sagano is 12-4 on the season, right? I mean, that's probably their best record for a starting pitcher in decades. And he's got that Shohei style Dragon Ball where he throws 15 different styles of pitches. And Tori mentioned that he throws so many different styles. Just never got a good read on him. But today, DK. So if you were gonna lose a game in this series. Last night, I think it's a little bit easier to swallow, but tonight you really have to, after the momentum coming off the Padres and Dodgers series, you just really want to maintain, your place in that wild card race because right now they're virtually tied after the loss last night, and they've had so much positive momentum. Just love to see them not be at 5 under or 5 over, but at 8 over and 10 over and 12 over and continue that momentum.
And you got a couple of hot teams coming up next on the road. You got to go down and take on the Atlanta Braves, who are obviously the lead, one of the teams at the top of the National League East Division, and then you got to take on they were the red-hot Boston Red Sox, but I think they've lost 4 games in a row now. They're on the other side of that 6-game road trip, so Atlanta
Must suck
and Boston.
to be a Red Sox fan these days.
Not as much
It's
as
like being back in the old days.
Well, it's like, come on. Like, what were they, 12 games under 500 at one point? Like, a really disappointing start to the season. Then you have your longest winning streak in your how long has the Red Sox been around? 120 years?
Easily.
Right. So,
Over
longest
a
winning
century.
streak in your franchise's storied history. And then you go right back on a 4-game losing streak.
Well, and the sad thing about it is that the Rays have won 9 in a row. So you've literally lost 4 games in the last 4 days. I mean, they'd gotten to 5.5 back, and now you're back to 9.5 out heading into tonight's game, because the Rays are the hottest team in baseball right now and have won 9 straight games to go to 74-46. If I'm not mistaken, the Rays right now they and the Brewers. They're tied with the Brewers now for the best record in baseball. Both the Rays and the Brewers at 74-46 on the season. So there you go. That's it's what, again, it's what these races are about. You play your way back in. Same thing with the D-backs. They played their way back to within 7.5 games, and now you could be facing being close to 10 games out again with 2 straight losses to the Rockies.
Seems like more parity. I mean, we talk a lot about your dad's Mets and obviously the Dodgers payrolls, but the parity guys, I mean, the Rays might have the best or tied for the best record, but they're on pace for 99 wins. There aren't any 105, 108 win teams right now. And so a lot of parity in multiple different divisions. If you look around, it just seems like some of those teams you expect to blow away their division just aren't quite doing it this year.
All right, 6-4 heading to the bottom of the 9th up at Chase Field. We will let you hear, if we have the opportunity, we'll let you hear the comments of manager Torey Lovello coming up after this game concludes. It's an off day tomorrow for the club as they head out onto the road. They'll start that series Friday night down in Atlanta. Fott, Rodriguez, and Soroka, the 3 pitchers who will get the ball. Chris Sale, one of the best pitchers in baseball, will also be on the bump against the D-backs on Friday night. He, too, is on my fantasy team, so I'll be looking for great things from Chris Sale come Friday night. 520-848. I'm losing in my game, in my my playoff game, my semifinal game right now. I believe I'm losing 10-2 so far. It's now 9-4. So I've picked up a couple categories, 9-4, but I haven't really pitched much yet, so still plenty of time to make up ground there. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. DK on the sports tip. You're going to hear from the Hunters coming up later in the show. We've got Chris Hunter, wide receiver for the Arizona Wildcats, on the offensive side of the ball, and we've got Gavin Hunter, safety, on the defensive side of the ball. They are not cousins. They are not related, but they have the same last name, trying to get the Arizona Wildcats back to a 2nd consecutive bowl game this season. That is straight ahead. DK on the sports tip. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s. She's got your traffic and weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. Collisions reported. Golf Links and Wilmot and Golf Links. 22nd Street east of I-10 westbound slowing on 22nd approaching 10th Avenue. Slowdowns both directions on Alvernon at Grant, slowing at Grant and Swan, Glen and Swan, and also some slowing for travel that's southbound on Swan at 5th Street. Flood advisory until 4:74, the low 93 tomorrow, 93 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. At My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
That ball's going to be caught out at midfield. Chris Hunter, another spectacular catch.
It's the last year. I just want to put it all out on the line. Use everything I learned, make this year a great one.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Brad Evans here to help you beat your moves with Westwood One Sports. Accurate Sam Darnold darts are the near future in Seattle's NFL title defense. Last year, the passer ranked top 10 in multiple completion percentage categories. Given JSN's presence and a rigid O-line, give me the over. Darnold, 3,700.5 pass yards at -105. Hashtag Team Huevos. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Progressive knows you've never met Channel 6 meteorologist Daniel Hughes, but when he says it'll be sunny, you trust him. After all, he is a weather professional who knows how to use a green screen and probably went to weather school. You never went to weather school, so you hit the farmer's market in your convertible. Turns out Daniel Hughes is not dependable. But Progressive is. So bundle your home and auto insurance and get 24/7 protection and reliable coverage. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Morning begins in the Rincon foothills. Rocking K, a master-planned community and place to call home, offering distinct neighborhoods designed to fit your lifestyle. Explore the outdoors, walk the trails, visit Saguaro National Park. Enjoy community parks and make new friends at Rocking K resident events. Walk to Vail School District's newest campus in Rocking K, Saguaro Creek. 17 model homes, 6 quality builders, move-in ready homes available from the 300s. Rocking K, designed by nature. A community by design.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's an entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and your possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ. For smartphone control, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Your old AC unit is the most expensive thing in your house this summer. Replace it now and get $1,000 off from PictureRox Cooling and up to $720 in rebates. Along with our 1-year money-back guarantee, that's the smartest move you'll make this summer. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748 or PictureRoxCooling.com.
PictureRox Cooling, heating and plumbing.
Right now, somewhere in America, a student is training, a student is studying, a student is working when nobody is watching. Not for recognition, not for attention, but because excellence is a habit. The 2026 Patriot Games are searching for exceptional students ages 14 to 17. Students ready to compete, ready to lead, ready to show America what they're capable of. $250,000 scholarship prize pool. Applications are open now. Your story, your opportunity, your moment. Applications now open. Freedom250.org. America's next champion could be you.
American Red Cross inventories of the most needed blood types are days away from crisis levels. Help make sure patients receive life-saving medical treatments. Make your appointment to donate. Use the Blood Donor app. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Chumba Casino, your online casino for plays, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. The Minnesota Vikings yesterday announced Kyler Murray will be the starting quarterback at the start of the season. Murray beating out J.J. McCarthy for the starting job. Kevin O'Connell has his quarterback. Now for the Vikings, can they win a tough NFC North? I'm Chris Black.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or
scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Well, we wondered early in the NBA off season if LeBron James was going to be retiring from the NBA. Of course, he did not. He signed a contract to continue his career with the Philadelphia 76ers. However, there is a big name that has wrapped it up for his professional life in the association.
They were blown out twice at the start of this series, but back without Serge Ibaka. Here's Westbrook. Oh, with a vicious slam in the face of Kawhi Leonard.
That was Westbrook's answer to the 3-2 zone that San Antonio threw out there. Greg Popovich searching for answers defensively.
Russell Westbrook has decided 18 seasons is plenty for him. He released a 3.5-minute video today in which he announced that he is retiring at the age of 37. 209 triple-doubles in his career, including a record 42 that came during his MVP season in 2016 and 17. Averaged a career-high 32 points that season to go along with 11 rebounds and 11 assists, becoming the first player since the legendary Oscar Robertson back in 61-62 to average a triple-double over a full season. 9 times an All-Star, 5th all-time in career assists with over 10,000, 14th all-time in scoring, over 27,000 points, led the NBA in assists 3 times, and also led the league in scoring twice over the course of his career, which included him playing for 7 franchises. He averaged 21 points, 21.7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Surprised, guys, that Russell Westbrook has called it a career.
Well, you forgot one accolade, which is second all-time in turnovers in NBA history. And that 3-minute video he released, Russell Westbrook did not say anything because he didn't talk in the entire video. It was narrated by Michael B. Jordan, if you saw it, and it was Russell Westbrook in a bit of a gallery, like an art gallery of his life. And the final room that he went into was unfinished. So it's a big, this analogy for what's coming next and what's next in his chapter. No, I mean, he had an offer from Sacramento and from Washington to come back, veteran minimum kind of thing. But look at what happened to Chris Paul last year.
Mm-hmm.
So he started, played about 2 months, and then they let him go. And his retirement was very unceremonious, right? And I think Russell Westbrook saw the writing on the wall. He had a little bit of a, comeback kind of thing going in Denver. Then he was with the Lakers briefly, and then he was with the Clippers, just bounced around a lot in these last 4 years. But now I'm not surprised, just because if you think about the first thing that comes to mind with Russ is the sheer athleticism we saw as the 7th man on the bench for the UCLA Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even play that freshman year, but his athleticism was just off the charts, and that's what he's always been known for. So 18 years in the league, Dragon Ball, not surprising to me that getting on in age, maybe that advantage he once had, he's looking at a lot of 18, 19-year-olds coming in who could keep up with the old man a little bit.
Yeah, and you mentioned his time at UCLA. I remember there were a lot of people that were looking at that UCLA team with him, Drew Holiday, Kevin Love, and everybody looked at the Drew Holiday versus Russell Westbrook comparison saying, well, Drew's probably the most for-sure pro NBA point guard you're going to find on that team. But Russell Westbrook's got a very high ceiling. And looking at his career, I can't think of a guy who reached his ceiling and maybe went surpassing it with the way that he played over the course of his time. I mean, everyone's going to remember his years with Oklahoma City. Either he was playing second or third fiddle, however you want to put it, between him, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. That's 3 MVPs on one team. You know, that's a collection of talent that we won't see in a long, long time again. But he definitely carried a torch for Oklahoma City after Kevin Durant left, and he went to a lot of different teams and still had a lot of impact on a lot of those squads. I think that Westbrook's career, it's going to be viewed a little bit awkwardly just because he has a lot of great accolades to him, but he does have that turnover ratio. And once he had that knee injury against the Rockets with Patrick Beverley, there was a lot of questions about, well, how athletic is he really going to be? I think he stayed there, but you could definitely see that his jump shot never really got better after that knee injury.
Too inconsistent. I mean, here's the thing for me is that I think if we talk about the last 20 years of the NBA, there are probably 10 to 15 point guards I would pick in a heartbeat over Russell Westbrook to start my team.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's not a single player other than Michael Jordan in my lifetime that I would turn the channel to watch him play. I mean, Russ was one of the most exciting athletes we've ever seen, undoubtedly the most athletic. All due respect to Mr. Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook might be the most athletic player I've ever seen at that position. It's just when you talk about a point guard in the NBA, especially coming down to those moments where, you know, possessions matter so much. He made a lot of game-winning plays in his time at all of his stops. Everywhere he went, he made game-winning plays. And the way he ran offenses late in games, especially on teams when you have multiple MVPs right next to you, I just think that that's the legacy I'll think of is Russell Westbrook, most athletic point guard I've ever seen, and maybe not the guy I would pick first to run my franchise, just because decision-making in the fourth quarter is just so important.
I think the other big thing, too, about it is that there's a lot of coaches that will tell young players, you need to learn when to run. You shouldn't be running all the time. But Russell Westbrook never learned that lesson. He was 100%, 110 miles per hour on the court at every given moment, and that led to a lot of those late-game potential mistakes and turnovers that you mentioned. And sometimes it's great. Other times, you'd really like to see him slow the game down a little bit. There's a reason why certain guys, like, say, a John Stockton or a Chris Paul, guys who can control that level of their gear, end up staying in the league for so long and have the accolades that they do, versus a guy like Russell Westbrook who was just, I'm going to crash this moment at any moment that I possibly can.
The other thing, DK, is that Mr. Russell Westbrook is probably the best commentary I've seen all day long is that the dude known for his tunnel fit retired from his hobby. Because if you want to really ask the average person what they know about Russell Westbrook, it's probably that he never wore the same outfit twice in a tunnel into a game. Big fashion dude. That's a huge part of what he's always been known for. So I'm sure he'll be spending a lot of time at Paris Fashion Week and all those other things moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
Selected 4th overall by the Seattle Supersonics in the 2008 NBA Draft. Never played in Seattle because the team relocated to Oklahoma City prior to his rookie season. Spent 11 seasons with the Thunder. You guys mentioned, obviously, they're teamed with Kevin Durant to form one of the top teams in the NBA when they were there. They reached the finals in 12. James Harden also on that club. They lost in that finals to the Miami Heat, the Heatles, as J-Dub likes to refer to them. Westbrook.
That's what they refer to themselves as.
They call themselves that.
Westbrook, 8 of his All-Star appearances came with the Thunder. His other was when he averaged 27 points a game with the Rockets.
Yeah.
That was during the COVID season of 1920.
He and CP3 had a very brief moment together with the Rockets, but that was a really fun, exciting team to watch. You know, like that team, unfortunately, they got broken up a little too early, but that was one of those true 3 and layup teams, like pure analytics, or if you look at the shot chart from that team that CP3 and Westbrook played together, it was all layups or 3-pointers. But yeah, I mean, the interesting thing about OKC and formerly Seattle was they drafted all 3 of those guys in 3 consecutive drafts, right? So you mentioned the 3 MVPs, and we all know the story. What happened was they were up 3-1 on the Golden State Warriors. They lost that series. KD went to the Warriors. The rest is history, right? But had those teams stayed together, I mean, we just watched OKC lift their first ever trophy 2 years ago for their first championship. But if those 3 guys had stayed together, but there's only one ball. And I mean, think of the way that James Harden plays basketball. There aren't enough basketballs in one game for James Harden generally. And Russ is a very similar style. And you can't take the ball out of KD's hands. He's the best scorer maybe I've ever seen. So, yeah, I mean, it was a tough, but Russ has always been successful. And the other thing is, as much as we make fun of maybe decision-making, DK, I never heard a locker room, except for posthumously, like after the fact, that didn't like what Russ brought to the table. So good teammate. Everything I've ever heard was that he was a good teammate, and he really was all about winning. Just never got a chance to stand in that final winner's circle at the end of the year.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You have Russell Westbrook memories that you want to share with us, whether that was his college years at UCLA. If you remember a game against the Wildcats, I'd love to hear maybe those as well, in stories of when he competed against the U of A back in that I think that was the season right before I got here. My first season was 8-9. He was that season was 7-8 because he got drafted.
I can already speak for all Arizona fans. It has nothing to do with Russell Westbrook. It's just nightmares about Kevin Love because that dude was unstoppable.
The other big news in the NBA today: the Lakers traded for the second time. Sold. Might as well be traded. Sold for the second time in as many years. This time for $12.5 billion. Record-breaking number there to American businessman Josh Kushner and former Disney executive Bob Iger. They are the new owners of the Lakers, purchasing controlling interest from Mark Walter, who just bought the team in October. So imagine
he's got
that.
some liquidity issues.
Apparently.
So what happened was, like, this all started on Sunday. Sunday. They started talking about this, and it's a done deal because Mark Walter, you may also know, is the 26%, 27% owner of the Dodgers.
Yes.
Which has a giant payroll as well. But, yeah, they basically flipped the Los Angeles Lakers, which is just so crazy to me.
Yeah.
The valuation of it, and that deal that went down just 2 years ago was the biggest in NBA history, right? And now here we are 2 years later with another number. But, yeah, I mean, everything I've read about it was that Mark Walter was in need of some cash flow, and that's why when this deal became available, they didn't take long to seal the deal. And apparently Janie Buss is still going to be in charge because remember how that deal went down with Walter?
Yeah,
they assured she would have 5 years of operation control, and the new owners are saying they plan to honor that agreement as well.
All right, so we can talk about that, too, if you are a Laker fan. I know there's a lot of you here in Southern Arizona. 520-848-1290. How do you feel about your team being sold once again? Diamondbacks fall. That is now final up at Chase Field. 6-4. Colorado wins it. They take 2 out of 3 in the series, sending the D-backs with a bad. It's not going to be a happy flight. We talk about happy flights after wins getting on the plane. Not going to be a happy flight to Atlanta after having been beaten in a series by the worst team in second worst team, actually, in baseball. All right, Dragon Ball is here. He's got everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona, as well as sports around the world. We'll let you hear, hopefully, from Tori Lavello coming up after the top of the hour.
Well, we also have U of A soccer starting their season today. They make the trip up to Phoenix to take on GCU for their first game of the non-conference schedule. This marks Becca Morris's latest year as head coach as she aims to get the team to finish higher than 12th according to this year's coaches poll and the preseason poll for the Big 12. The game will be kicking off at 7 p.m. tonight and will be on AZ Family for those hoping to catch the game live on television. And not a great second game against the Rockies, the Diamondbacks, as the scoreless inning streak finally came to an end for Colorado thanks to this blast by Kyle Carros.
High in the air and deep to left. Newbar is going to watch this one go. And Kyle Carros gets the Rockies on the board with his 10th of the year. And Colorado
at that first pitch, and unfortunately he got a very hittable fastball that time. Inside part of the plate, came off the bat at 102.
And snaps a stretch of 16 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings for Mitch Brad.
Again, the Rockies rallied in the 7th to take the lead in that game and didn't look back as they stopped the Diamondbacks' winning streak before it reached 3 games. And then today, the Diamondbacks end up losing again, this one in a 6-4 game where the Rockies come out on top. And meanwhile, we just talked about it, but the end of one of the most polarizing careers in the National Basketball Association does occur as Russell Westbrook has announced he will be retiring. The former MVP and 9-time All-Star will be hanging up his shoes despite reportedly receiving offers from the Kings and the Wizards to play for them this season. Again, the 37-year-old spent time with the Thunder, Rockets, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Wizards, and Kings, all while eventually becoming the all-time leader in triple-doubles at 209. I'm Dragonball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
That ball's going to be caught out at midfield. Chris Hunter, another spectacular catch.
It's the last year. I just want to put it all out on the line. Use everything I learned, make this year a great one.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. Some slowdowns westbound Ahaway at Mission Road and slowing both directions on Alvernon at Grant. Roadwork there and travels down to one lane each direction at Grant and Alvernon, and no left turns permitted. Earlier collisions at Golf Links and Wilmot. 22nd Street east of I-10 westbound slowing on 22nd Street approaching 10th Avenue. Flood advisory until 4 this afternoon, 74 the low and 93 tomorrow. 93 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we're talking about?
It's not a big place and hard to get to.
Great saying by the late George Raveling. Pullman is not the end of the world, but you can see it from there.
I miss our Cougar brethren and our Duck brethren and all those other Pacific Northwest teams.
The Beaver brethren.
Well, not so much. Oregon State, whatever. But the rest of them, I miss them.
DK on the Sports Tip. Weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up, fools? Main event Jey Uso here from the WWE. When it's just me between matches, it's day one-ish. And that means it's Chumba time. With hundreds of casino-style games and new titles arriving weekly, there's always something fresh to try at Chumba Casino. The daily boosts make it even more fun. And have me about to get them all during my downtime. Ready for a fun way to chill out and enjoy a few minutes for yourself? Let's chump.
Sponsored by BGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in the state where it's legal to play.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
To make exercise a habit, find something you enjoy, like shopping. It counts as a workout when it's Kohl's Active Sale. Get 20% off across the store and 25% off top active brands that'll have you feeling your best. Adding to your cart is pretty much cardio, right? Find out at Kohl's. Select styles. 25% offer ends August 15th. 20% offer ends August 16th. Exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler.
I'm Cookie Serratos, and I'm 11 years old.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze Fruit on the Go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Go, Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good. No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUP Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 2 of our show coming to you live from Showtime Cards here on Speedway. It is Wild Card Wednesday. Come on out. We got a great special for you. Newly released 2025-26 Topps Chrome updated basketball blaster box. That's it right there. If you're watching on any of our video streams, we're streaming the show on YouTube. We are streaming the show on Twitch. I'll put a link up on YouTube as well here shortly, and you can see that basketball blaster box. Normally, this box here, again, this was this past season, 25-26. It's got on the cover, it's got Victor Wembanyama on the cover. It's got Cooper Flagg on the cover as well. Normally, this box is $99.99, so $100. Well, we're going to give it to you for $75. $75 to get this basketball blaster box from Topps Chrome. And look for the debut one-of-one autograph patches that they've got inside this box here. So normally $99.99, $100, and you'll get that for $75 today during our show and through the rest of the week here while at Showtime Cards as well. So stop on by. We've always got great specials for you here. We'll be chatting with George Maurice coming up a little bit later in our show as well. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. And the Diamondbacks we mentioned at the top of the hour fall 6-4. The final score to the Colorado Rockies. Rockies take 2 out of 3 in that series. We said we'd let you hear from the skipper.
Oh, real quick, I got a quick stat for you, DK.
Yes.
Corbin Carroll today became the fastest player in Major League Baseball history with 100 home runs, 100 steals, and 50 triples in 606 games.
Wow.
Surpassing Willie Mays' record of 673. I'm sorry, I'm looking up at the screen, and Corbin is doing his locker room. I'm like, bro, you didn't have to beat Willie by 70 games on Willie's stats. So bad news in the loss column today, but good news for Corbin Carroll.
All right, let's hear from Torey Lovello, and then we're going to chat with Max here, and we're going to talk a little bit about these boxes that we've got going on here. Let's hear from Torey Lovello after a 6-4 loss today to the Rockies.
Velo boards here, so I got confirmation it was coming out about 90, 91, and that's a tick or two down from what he gave us against the Dodgers. And I want Merrill's best 80 pitches, his best 90 pitches, and I asked him if he's okay. Meaning I don't want you to save gas in your tank, go out there and let it rip. And he assured me that he was. It just was one of those days.
Coming off that series against the Dodgers, they played so well.
Yeah.
Victories.
Yeah, that's the part of it that that is a little bit difficult to understand. You know, as the leader of this team and the manager of this team, I have to come up with answers for that. But it's an emotional game. It's a real thing. We gotta block everything out every single day and play our game. I don't care who's in the other dugout. There's no gimmies in this game. We got to go out and continue to just hammer down for these last 40 plus games and be ourselves. Work on us, take care of us, and do what we do best.
When you look at the approaches with guys in scoring position, you did get a few hits in those spots. You drew walks in those spots. Like what stood out to you about why you couldn't get it done?
There's an assortment of reasons. I thought maybe a pitcher's pitch was swung out early in counts. You have to identify what the pitcher's trying to do to you with man on first base. He's going to try and throw you his best ground ball pitch. We did that. Other things, we came out of our approach a little bit at a very critical time. Overall, you build innings and you have 21 base runners on any given day. You got to be very pleased with it. But you got to finish the deal.
What do you think, Corbin? 100
Oh man, I am so honored to be in his manager, and he's just an absolute coach's, manager's, teammate's dream. He posts every single day, and what he did is amazing. Yeah, and once again, I look up on the big board, and I'm like a fan. I read everything that pops up there too. When he's been compared to Willie Mays, you know you're around somebody really special.
All right, that was Torey Lovullo talking about the loss today. Obviously, also talking about Corbin Carroll. Again, only player in Major League Baseball history to reach 50-plus triples, 100-plus home runs, 100-plus stolen bases within his first 650 career games. He's got 57 triples, 100 home runs with the home run he hit today, and 139 stolen bases. Willie Mays, in 700 career games to start his career, had 55 triples, 169 home runs, so a few more jacks than Corbin, 108 stolen bases. So that's some pretty good company there for Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, but you should see Willie May Hayes' stats.
I don't know if we want to go down with Willie Mays Hayes' stats. I don't think that's anything we want to get involved with right there. Good stuff, though. Good stuff there. All right, let's chat with our guy Max. He is here. He is standing in for his boss, George Maries, who is out doing the business of the world of card collecting. Max goes around to shows all over the country. Max, appreciate you sitting in. So what's the latest card show that you went to?
National Card Convention. It was last week or the week before. I think it was the week before.
Now, where was that at?
In Chicago. It's the biggest card convention that they do.
Wow.
It was crazy. It was a zoo this year.
Now, were you there on business or are you there just doing your thing?
I mean, both.
It's always business,
yeah,
right?
Always, of course.
It's either your business or it's George's business, right?
It was really crazy. That was the first show that I did 9 years ago. It was like the first big show I went to, same place in Chicago, and it's just crazy the difference.
So how's it different when you talk about the difference? How is it different for you as someone now that's 9 years more knowledgeable than you were when you went there the first time?
Well, obviously the point of entry and the prices are completely different to start, but just the amount of people that are there, it was just on one floor in this Donald E. Stevens Center 9 years ago, but now, there's upstairs, they got this VIP lounge super far away that's big, like, they really opened up that hall, so there's a ton of people. I have pictures of how many people waiting outside to get in the convention. I mean, it was crazy this year.
It's very interesting how those things kind of go off. In terms of the collectors, like what were the numbers in terms of the people that were there from that stand?
I'd have to see, but it has to be record breaking for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, no question. It had to be the most attended show that they've ever done.
Obviously, the big news since the last time we talked was the pulling of the Shohei Ohtani card in Boca Raton, Florida, that ended up being worth $11 million.
Yeah, see, that sold when I was at the show, actually, by a collector's named Shine, and Kevin O'Leary bought it.
So is Kevin O'Leary somebody that's
He's in. He's really into cards. Yeah. I mean, a few months
so that's
back.
That's somebody that everybody knows in the industry.
Yeah, him and this guy Shine are buying all the best, most expensive cards. They really started it 6 months ago when they bought this Kobe Jordan card for $14 million.
Wow.
That's what really started.
Wait, Kobe Jordan. It was a combined card? Or?
Yeah, dual autographed card, and in each one, it's like the Ohtani card. It's a game-worn logo man of each player.
Right.
So a 1-of-1 dual sign. I mean, it doesn't get better than that card, but that's what really started. That was the first huge sale, and then you see multiple things, and you got this card coming out of this. That's already on auction, the Cooper Flag.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, going back to the Ohtani card. So that literally was just a shop just like this in Boca Raton, Florida. I mean, is it like the lottery? If I win the Powerball and I buy my ticket at the supermarket, they get a cut. Does the store get a cut?
They don't. However, I think that's I think what you're saying is exactly right. This is literally lottery right here, right? Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, that's nuts. To just go into a store, buy a box just like that, and to have a card in there. But that's why people do this.
I was going to say, I think that's what makes cards so intriguing, is that there's so many aspects and so many different things you could, like you just said. I mean, you got just the lottery aspect alone, right? Being able to pull a card like that it's crazy.
Yeah. Max is joining us here. He is one of the top lieutenants here at Showtime Cards, working with our guy, George Mares. We're starting, obviously, to get to the back end of the baseball season. Are you seeing any, what are the hot cards going now in terms of the baseball side of it?
I'd say you'd have a pretty easy time guessing if you had to.
Yeah.
What would
besides Showtime?
Yeah, that's really.
Who else is hot right now besides Who else could command $1 million on the market right now?
I don't know. You got a few guys like PC. Someone that's super.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, he's got a lot of people like him. Junior Caminero.
Oh yeah,
his stuff.
He's killing it.
His stuff sells pretty well.
That is,
He's someone that's super undervalued is Jordan Alvarez, who's killing it, right? Has crazy stats, but he doesn't have insane value, honestly.
The patches that came with that Ohtani card, they were from 2 games last year. One in which he had a two home run performance against the Orioles, and another one he had a leadoff homer against at Dodger Stadium. So when how does that part of it work? So okay, I'm gonna. I mean, do after the game is over, is the equipment manager cutting up the parts of the jersey to send to Topps so they could make this a part of a card?
Fanatics has deals where they get the jerseys.
Oh, they get the jerseys.
They get the jerseys.
I see.
Yeah.
And then they just make them.
Then they cut it up. They cut it up themselves and put
Right.
specific things in cards. To me, that right there is my favorite part of cards. Is that jersey stuff? That's my favorite part of cards.
That is insane. That is.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about a Pokemon, obviously. I mean, in the card industry that goes along with that. I understand there's a young man. If you heard the story, there's a young man here in Tucson that's going to some Pokemon competition that's happening here. I didn't know I didn't know if you knew what that.
I've never heard. No.
Yeah,
Where at? Do you know where at?
I don't know where it is. No, I have to look up the story. But yeah, apparently there's a young man here in Southern Arizona that's going to compete in an international Pokemon.
I'm sure Dragon Ball
competition.
knows all about it, right?
Oh,
Dragon Ball knows everything.
I know a lot of things, but I have not been involved in any kind of card competition since I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was 11. So it's been
we
a
do
minute.
them here.
Do you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh?
We do Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments here. I don't know too much. I don't know too much outside of the sports world.
Okay,
I don't know cricket. What about One Piece tournaments, Cricket?
Yeah, how about you, Cricket? You know a lot
Let's
about
do that.
Pokemon and One Piece tournaments?
No, not Pokemon. I'm
Wow.
learning about One Piece, though.
There we go. All right, we'll get back with Max coming up a little bit later as well. We'll talk to George Mares as well. Max, appreciate you giving us a little information on that big convention that you went to.
Of course.
There we go. That is Max. Cricket is with us right now as well. Cricket, it is time for you to bestow your intelligence, the intelligence of others, upon the world, Southern Arizona. I would, 20 years ago, I would say Southern Arizona, but of course our show is worldwide now because we're on Twitter and we're on Twitch and we're on YouTube, and anybody in any country can hear your quote every single day and make that a part of their life.
We're big time, man.
We are big time.
I'm
trying to get you sold.
Thank you.
Not sold away.
Okay,
like
fair enough.
I'm trying to get you sold so that you have a sponsor.
Oh, thank you. We need that. We definitely need that.
We definitely need that.
Well, I would like to kindly employ Dragon Ball to do an impersonation today.
Okay.
It's a shorty.
It's Dragon Ball's going to voice this in his best acting ability. Yeah.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Come on. Seriously?
Yeah, that's
That's like the easiest one ever.
Okay,
that's FDR. Come on.
Yeah, yes, all right, you got
Jesus.
Congrats. Very good, DK. That's why I had to ask Dragon Ball to do it, because I knew he could.
I tried to get as much of the radio fidelity that I know.
I think I could do. I don't know. I think I might be able to do that one better. I'm going to try it here.
Oh, okay.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Very
there you go.
Yeah. See, I did a little acting when I was growing up as well.
Good job, boys.
You went to USC. I'm sure that was part of the.
Well, I didn't do any acting when I got to
process
college. I couldn't compete with those Hollywood kids when I got to college. No, my acting career was way over before I got to USC. All right, there you go. A little FDR to brighten your day and make you smarter here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Cricket is getting you home now every 20 minutes on the 5, so there's traffic in your weather.
I-19 near San Javier. Crash occurred on the northbound side of I-19 approaching San Javier. Also expect slowdowns on Alvernon at Grant. Busy there for road work. And 5th Street. Road work between Country Club all the way to Wilmot. Completion mid-2027. You could use Broadway or Speedway instead. Flood advisory in effect until 6 tonight, 74 the low, 93 tomorrow, 92 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and straighttalk.com.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Join David Kelly today from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action today, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. It's August already, the month we shift our attention away from potholes and road construction and back to school traffic. And our shorter backpack-toting neighbors jumping from the corner bus stop through crosswalks and towards those big yellow buses. So eyes up, cell phones down, and stay alert. This month at Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, we're getting drivers like you ready with all kinds of specials to keep the wheels on your bus going round and round. Specials like free brake inspections and all the tire brands you trust at prices that beat the warehouse clubs and national chains. And Jack Furrier has the budget-friendly brands to Arizona-proof your daily commute and make your daily driving, stopping, starting, and swerving so much better. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by for savings all month long at any of our 14 award-winning locations. And let's remember to keep our eyes up, cell phones down, and get everyone where they need to go safely. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft chews, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Surprise. Wait, do I know you? You use your Discover Cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter. Yeah. Now, it's payback time.
Whoa, hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, you mean my Discover Cashback.
I told you there'd be payback.
You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news.
I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.
Get ready, Tucson. The countdown is on. The lights, the sounds, the excitement, the unmistakable energy of Casino del Sol is coming to the heart of the city like never before. It's Vahi Ta'am. The countdown has begun and the dawn of the third sun is almost upon us. The excitement is building. The anticipation starts now. Casino del Sol's Vahi Ta'am. Opening November 15th, 2026.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals.
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
And now, a no-frills ad sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice! With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, get any size mattress for one low price, starting at $249.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Chris, 2026, how excited are you to get this thing going?
Oh, super excited. You know, we just been kind of wanting the clock down till we get into fall camp and into season. But, you know, we have a lot of aspirations this year, so ready to get going.
What was it like for you to get a chance to go to Media Day, Big 12 Media Day in Frisco and kind of experience all that?
Sure. Obviously, super blessed, super thankful to be able to be one of those 7 guys, you know, that coaches felt like they wanted to send out. It was a great experience. You know, we kind of got to feel, you know, the vibes, get into season with the Big 12, kind of, you know, you kind of see what they feel about y'all. You know, I think that kind of gave us a bigger chip on our shoulder. You still feel like we've been, you know, disrespected a little bit, but I think that's what Arizona football is. You know, we use that to our advantage. But it was super cool. The scenery was nice. The vibes was nice. All the different interviews and stuff were pretty cool.
What does it mean for this offense to have a quarterback like Noah Fifita coming back to lead it?
I mean, you know, I think personally, and all these guys will say it, we think he's the best quarterback in college football, you know, point blank period. So when you have a guy who's a, you know, real Heisman candidate, just special talent, special arm, but super humble, I mean, he makes the wide receiver's job easier. You know, he trusts us to go out there and make plays. So I think when you have a player like that, you know, it only boosts the morale of the team. And I think we're pretty, you know, skillful and great weapons for him to have. So we could lean on each other and learn from each other and push each other to new levels.
This is a crazy competitive room when you think about Isaiah Mazzell and Gio Richardson and you and Trey and the young guys. I mean, is there going to be enough balls for everybody?
You know, at the end of the day, it's all about winning. So, you know, Noah does a great job. You know, he trusts the guys that he has. And I think our room is super deep, easily the most talented receiver room I've been a part of. So it's never a negative if you see someone else on the field. You know, those guys can really ball. And it's up to, like, guys like me and Trey to just lead the way, show them where to go. And those guys, they ballers, like real ballers. And I think, you know, fans going to get to see it this year.
I went back last night just to watch some old tape last season, kind of looking at the offense again. And I remember like 10 years ago, you know, we couldn't get this offense to throw the ball in the middle of the field, but you guys did that so much. I couldn't count the number of routes that I was seeing inside the hashes on the middle of the field. What makes that a big part of this offense, being able to kind of attack in the middle?
Well, I think it's all about timing, first of all. I think when teams probably see a shorter quarterback in Noah, they probably think, you know, we could send blitzes up the middle with him. We could vacate the middle because they don't think he could see it and he could make those plays. But I think he's shown time and time again he's a special talent, and his anticipation is through the roof, and he can make those plays. So, and those routes and throws you throw across the middle is pure, you know, your connection with your receiver, your trust in your receiver, that he'll be there on time and he could put that there. So, you know, I think Coach Daigie and Noah has all the confidence in the world in us to be in the spot, and we have all the confidence in the world that we're going to make that play, no matter if it's wide open in the middle or if there's a safety there. We're still going to do it.
How frustrating for you have the injuries been? And I know I was talking to Coach Bobby, and he was saying that you worked really hard with the strength staff and with Geronimo to try to come up with a plan this offseason to help you mitigate that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, towards the end of last year, obviously I was dealing with some injuries, you know, pretty much throughout most of the year. In the last year, you know, I got with the training staff, and we kind of created a whole new plan for myself based off of, you know, the DEXA scans we got and like my body fat percentage and my bone density and all that to see like how should I go about taking care of my body. And since winter this year and through on, you know, I've had no injuries, no soft tissues. And I think that was, you know, really important for me. You know, if I want to do what I say I want to do to be able to help out this team and myself, you know, you got to be healthy. So we've attacked that. You know, this is the healthiest I've been, I think, since I've played football maybe in high school, you know, just with no injuries whatsoever. You know, that's super rare in the game in general. And I think that just goes to show, you know, how much, you know, we've attacked this situation, just try to be proactive as possible. And it's worked out so far. So I'm blessed.
Can you tell me what you're saying to everyone else that you want to do?
Say that again?
Can you tell me what you're saying? Like you said, I'm telling people what I want to do. What do you want to do?
Obviously, I think, you know, if y'all went on a big scale, your personal goals will be accomplished. Obviously, we want to win a Big 12 championship. You know, we want to go to the Rose Bowl. We want to win the Rose Bowl. And I think what comes with that for us to get there, and if we got there, what that means for me, you know, all conference receiver, you know, bar none. I think I have a great support staff around me. You know, I think all those guys should be all conference as well. But, you know, if I play to my level that I know I'm capable of and, you know, all the trust that we have around this building, I think that's more than, you know, possible. So, you know, we get to that point when we're winning the Big 12 championship, I think those goals easily will be accomplished.
Who's the young guy in the receiver room we should be keeping an eye on?
I have a few, honestly. I don't think it's just one. Obviously, Isaiah Mazzell, he has speed out this world. You know, I think it's going to be on display more than enough times this season. People get to see that, you know, into his second year. Obviously, Gio, you know, people know who he is, but he's in a way bigger role this year. I think they'll be surprised by him. And, I mean, we got young guys like, you know, DJ Jordan. They might not see him as a young guy, but he's a special talent. He's really fast as well. A real playmaker. RJ Mosley. Just in this little period of us having, like, our player ran practices, I mean, my goodness, the kid, 22-mile-per-hour runner at 6'4", spectacular catches. I think every player ran practice we had, he's had a spectacular catch. And that's not me, like, trying to persuade anybody or nothing. It's just the truth. So I think, you know, Bobby has enough trust in those guys to put them on the field, and I think people are going to see. You know, and there's plenty of guys I didn't mention, but this room is really deep, you know, like super deep. Jet, you know, those guys can really go. So I think people should look out for him.
Did Trey get passing grades for his first pitch at the baseball game?
Oh, okay. Let me get my own grade, you know. I think the velocity and speed he put on that ball, that's what you look for. You know, we was talking about it before. I was like, bro, like, how you going to throw it? He's like, I'm going to try to really rip it, you know, give him one. So I know he really wanted to strike. In my personal opinion, that was almost as good as a first pitch could get. So I'm proud of him.
What's one thing maybe off the field about Chris Hunter that people don't know?
I think my faith. I'm super very religious person. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. And I just, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be in the situation I am today. I just try to put him first in, all things I do, and I have a great family. I have 4 sisters and a younger brother. From New Orleans, we're a big family. So I think them as well, a huge support group for me. A lot of people might not know that, but I carry that with me everywhere I go.
We're starting to see inroads in the South on this team. Guys from Mississippi, guys from Florida. I mean, those were places maybe in the past we didn't see a lot of guys come to U of A. How important is that to get some of these top players out of the South?
Oh, extremely important. I think the South just has a different grit to us. I think the South has a lot of kids who are extremely talented but might be a little overlooked. So we had that different kind of like work ethic. Not saying the guys out here don't have it, because everybody comes from their own part, but you just know like what it takes to get out of the situation you in to better, your future. And I think those guys, usually they're very fast, a lot of stamina, can move around, can fly around, and they're great people. Southern hospitality is a real thing. So at the end of the day, I think you need great people on your team to improve them. And the South has a lot of great people. So, I want us to get more dudes from Louisiana on this team too. But all them dudes from like Florida, Texas, Mississippi, and all those guys, like, they the truth.
Best of luck this season.
I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless.
All right, that's Chris Hunter. He is one of the many wide receivers who is competing for time in that locker room right now. Coming up after the break, we'll hear from the offensive coordinator, Seth Doege, as well as wide receivers coach Bobby Wade, just on how they've been divvying up those reps and how that's worked in camp. And again, it goes back to, if you missed it, what we talked about at the top of the show, how they've been using the quarterbacks as a part of that in terms of the top 2 guys in Sawyer Anderson and Noah Fafita, to make sure that all of those wide receivers, I mean, it's literally, we went into camp thinking, okay, we got a battle here. I mean, you got 5 guys that are really going to be battling for time. And all of a sudden you looked out there and that number 5 turned into about 10 guys when you factor in DJ Jordan, who transferred from USC, RJ Mosley, who is a transfer in as well. I mean, and then, you got some of the young guys as well who are coming in, the true freshmen wide receivers. There are a lot of potential guys who can play. There's not enough balls for everybody. There's going to be some disappointed dudes because they are really battling it out.
You say that, but Dragon Ball, have you ever seen a Mike Leach derived offense that had too many wide receivers in it?
No. As a matter of fact, I think Mike Leach had a problem where he couldn't get enough wide receivers.
Yeah, you rotate them in and out, keep fresh legs, because they're going to be running a lot of routes. They're going to be out there a lot. And it's good to hear one of the other players, DK, talk about some of those guys we have yet to really see, other than people who have been at a lot of these practices, because if Chris Hunter's excited about some of the new guys, then you should be too.
Well, you got like Caleb Smith, known as Jet. He's a freshman out of Allen, Texas. I mean, that's a big-time program, Allen High School down there in Texas. He's only 5'8".
Is that the one with like the 50,000-seat arena?
The stadium, yeah, probably. I think most of the big high schools there have huge mausoleum high school stadiums that they play out of, and Allen is definitely one of those. The thing with Caleb Smith, though, he's only 5'8". He is likely going to return kicks, return punts potentially, kicks for the Wildcats this season. So it'll be interesting to see how he develops there. Jordan Ross is another name, junior transfer from Colorado State. I mentioned he caught a touchdown pass last night on a deep ball from Luke Holago. So you've got all those guys to go along with the guys returning back like Gio Richardson and Isaiah Mizell and Jordan McCord made a nice catch yesterday. And Landon Kelsey is a sophomore who's got a big stature at 6'4". Really looks more like Landon Kelsey looks more like a tight end than a wide receiver. So we'll kind of see how he fits into things there. And then the other freshman I mentioned, RJ Mosley, who is 6'3". I mean, he looks the part of a wide receiver out of Brentwood, California. So there's plenty of guys. And then I didn't mention Brandon Phelps, who has always been a guy that I thought could be a potential star here at the University of Arizona, but has dealt with a number of injuries. Last year injured, and then again during the spring injured.
There is some bad football news that came out. Bad news if you're a member of the Sanders family and if you're a Browns fan, because about 10 minutes ago, DK, Deshaun Watson was named as the
I
starter.
don't know if that's bad news. I mean, somebody's got to start the first preseason game, and
Bad news for all the guys with Shador jerseys up on their walls back in their bedrooms. Yeah.
All right, we'll see how that transpires coming up. All right, we've got, speaking of NFL football, we'll get you your Panthers update coming up straight ahead, as well as we've got the Cardinals getting ready to go as they will take on the Raiders. That is tomorrow night, one of 5 games on the NFL first week docket of the preseason. Tomorrow night is the Cardinals against the Las Vegas
Dalton
Raiders.
and Traden, right?
Yeah, Dalton and Traden, they'll both be out there. So we'll talk a bit about that coming up as well. DK on the Sports Tip, Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With collisions I-19 south of San Javier, that wreck occurred with heavy backup southbound I-19 south of San Javier. Other collisions, Drexel west of I-19, crash downtown at Congress and Scott. Flood advisory until 6 tonight, 74 the low and 93 tomorrow, 92 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. And My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
Picked off. That'll be a touchdown for the Wildcats. Javion Cole.
He's taking full control of that room and he's leading these guys. I'm really excited for him in his last season.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
The Minnesota Vikings named Kyler Murray as their starting quarterback for the regular season yesterday, ending the competition between him and J.J. McCarthy. Murray will now have the rest of training camp and 3 preseason games to get reps with the first team in preparation for the Vikings opener against the Packers on September 13th. Head coach Kevin O'Connell said that both quarterbacks will get time in Saturday's preseason game against the Giants. I'm Adam Abdallah.
What's up, fools? Main event Jey Uso here from the WWE. When it's just me between matches, it's day one-ish. And that means it's Chumba time. With hundreds of casino-style games and new titles arriving weekly, there's always something fresh to try at Chumba Casino. The daily boosts make it even more fun. And have me about to get them all during my downtime. Ready for a fun way to chill out and enjoy a few minutes for yourself? Let's chump.
Sponsored by BGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in the state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why does Progressive love protecting truckers? Because truckers unite the world. Truckers unite candles and yoga instructors. Truckers unite fake plants with people who shouldn't own living plants. Truckers unite French press coffee makers with the most pretentious person you know. But truckers can't do any of this if they're not on the road. That's why Progressive now offers truckers even more protection on cargo with its enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Stay asleep. And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Tucson, get ready to break the bank. All month long, smash your way into piggy banks loaded with up to $500 free play. Every single Friday and Sunday at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Mark your calendar specifically for August 28th and September 25th with new action-packed Smash a Bank Power Hours for your shot at a share of $50,000 cash and free play. Grab your hammer, Tucson. The bank is begging to be broken. Only at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun, an enterprise of the Pasquayaki Tribe.
Whoa.
I love a girls' weekend, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
You can usually find me in the kitchen, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm still in the mix with Skyrizi to treat my joint symptoms.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe at 4 months.
Or if you're an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
At Cumulus Digital, we know that in this market, you're either a follower or a leader. While followers settle for the status quo, at Cumulus Digital, we provide the edge leaders are looking for, with digital results that beat industry averages by 25% or more. Hey, you're not average, so your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and take the lead.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Call us or text us. We're out at Showtime Cards. It is Wild Card Wednesday, and we've got a great deal for you, as we always do. The newly released 2025-26 Topps Chrome Update Basketball Blaster Box, normally priced at right at $100. You can get this box on special for $75 today through the rest of our show, which is about another hour and 16 minutes. But you can also get it usually through the end of the week, tomorrow and Friday as well out here at Showtime Cards. We are on Speedway, just a little bit east of Craycroft. So come on out and see us. Look for the debut one-of-one autograph patches. So you're going to be wanting to look for a Cooper Flag autograph patch in that box right there. Who knows? You might draw a Russell Westbrook card as well, who retired
Cooper
today.
Flag got found yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm. His card?
The one-of-one.
Somebody
Yeah,
drew that?
Yeah, in Rhode Island, yeah.
Oh, wow.
We talked about it yesterday. It's the one where the Mavericks offered 32 years of 2 season tickets for 32 years in the premium seating, along with a personal meet and greet with Cooper Flag. They were offering the Mavericks last week this whole bounty for that card, and it was just picked in a very similar box-breaking group like you guys do over there. So, yeah, in Rhode Island yesterday, they found the one-of-one.
So what would the Mavericks do with that card if
they want to put it in the gallery? They want to own it, like they just because it's what happened was it's from a game-worn jersey, but he signed it just last month at Las Vegas, which is why it just went out with this most recent batch. And obviously, the guys over there can tell you a lot more about it than I can. But I did read that they just introduced that particular Cooper Flag one-of-one card about a month and a half ago into the newest release, and it was found yesterday in Rhode Island.
Wow. Interesting stuff there. We'll talk some more about that with our guy, George Marius or Max, coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. All right, we've got NFL football coming up this Saturday. The second preseason game of the season, the preseason for the Carolina Panthers. They're going to open up the new Buffalo Bills Stadium, which has been a lot of talk this week with obstructive seating and whatnot. But, hey, it's a brand new, beautiful building there in Orchard Park. Let's get you your Carolina Panthers update for today.
We are Southern Arizona's home to T-Mac.
Steps away, fires, scores, touchdown! Another one for Tataroa McMillan.
Lathan Ransom.
And it's intercepted. It's a takeaway. Lathan Ransom.
And the Carolina Panthers. The best coverage starts now.
This Panther Update is brought to you by UNC Charlotte.
Panthers training camp rolls on, and among the topics has been the nearly daily scuffles at practice, but the team and staff say it's all part of getting ready for the season. I'm Jim Zoki with a Panthers update after this.
Charlotte's momentum has a name, UNC Charlotte. 32,000 students strong, ranked among the nation's top 75 public universities, recognized at the highest level for research, unmatched access to Fortune 500 companies, built for a top-tier city. This isn't typical higher ed. The difference is scale. The difference is momentum. The difference is Charlotte, UNC Charlotte.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the Bulls with Westwood One Sports. Grab a golden ticket. The Packers WR is on the brink of a breakout. Elite in separation yards last season, he and Jordan Love should bubble the chemistry in year 2. A locked-in starter outside, Golden goes over 650.5 receiving yards at -110. Hashtag Team Huevos. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Nearly every Panthers practice at camp has included a brief scuffle as the offense and defense get their hitting in. Defensive coordinator Ejiro Rivero says it's a fine line when getting ready to play tackle football.
We want to strive to practice the way we're going to play, and we know that at the end of the day, though, we got to protect our team. We don't want to take any side shots. We don't want to hit in the back and those type of things. We don't want to take guys down to the ground, but, you know, at the same time, we've got to get ready to play football and play real football. And so we've got to be physical. We've got to use our hands. We've got to put our face on people at times. And I know that makes the offense better as well.
Veteran safety Nick Scott says there are no hurt feelings, and these little dust-ups are part of what happens at times in practice sessions.
I'm not worried about it. I feel like it's starting to turn into something bigger than it is. This is not like the sitcom of the Panthers, like we're hitting too hard. Like we're having fun. Camp is going really well. And we're a physical team. And that's what we love about this team. I feel like day in and day out, we bring it. And that's what you want. You rather have guys talking about, hey, was that too much, rather than we got to turn it up a notch. Like, this is the least of our worries.
I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
This Panther Update has been brought to you by UNC Charlotte, ranked among the nation's top 75 public universities. The difference is Charlotte. UNC Charlotte.
All right, the Panthers and the Bills, that'll be Saturday. Coverage will begin at 9 a.m. here on Wildcats Radio 1290. We are your Southern Arizona home for T-Mac, Lathan Ransom. Keon Barr is also in camp with the Panthers this year. And the Panthers football second preseason game kickoff is at 10 o'clock. Then we'll have preseason games 3 and 4 the next 2 Fridays coming up for you. Next Friday against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road, and then the following Friday, the 28th, will be the lone home game for the Panthers this preseason as they will take on the Houston Texans. So join us for all that action as we get you set for NFL football this season. I mentioned the Cardinals will be playing tomorrow night in Las Vegas, and it was a pretty good season debut for one Carson Beck, who was throwing the ball all over the yard in Canton.
Beck throws down the right sideline, completes to Jalen Brooks for a big gain across the 40-yard line. He's out to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Yeah, big performance by Carson Beck, the third-round draft pick out of the University of Miami, as he would finish the game 15 of 19, 188 yards and 1 touchdown in his debut, just the 4 incompletions, a game that the Cardinals lost to the Panthers in Canton by a score of 33-30. Monty Ossenfort, the general manager of the Cardinals, spoke earlier this week. He gave his impression of what he saw from Carson Beck in Canton.
The most optimistic thing was just the clean operation. And so the way they got in and out of the huddle, the way that he handled the checks that came his way, he got the ball out of his hand, put it in the right spot. He was accurate. So, very positive start, good start. It kind of builds off of what he's been doing since he got here in the spring and an early part of training camp. Obviously still got a long way to go, but thought that was a good next step in his development.
I kind of, DK, feel bad for Jacoby Brissett because he spent 10 years of his life as the most popular player on every team he was on, because as everybody knows, the backup quarterback is the most popular player on every team. So now Jacoby's in the spotlight, and everybody's talking about Carson Beck's performance in his first game in the exhibition.
Well, it's interesting just because it seems like there's been a lot of fanfare about Carson Beck's performance. And yeah, he threw the ball well, and that's what you want to see. And then you listen to your guy, Dragon Ball, Aaron Rodgers, come out and say, well, the preseason is not actually even real football this week, and talking about it. And it's, again, you have to temper those things. You want to see guys go out there and execute for sure, but let's not fool ourselves into thinking because Carson Beck went out there and threw for 15 of 19 against probably a bunch of guys that aren't even going to make the Panthers team. That's a guy that you're going to immediately elevate above Jacoby.
My favorite thing, though, is in the postgame Dragon Ball, Carson Beck was asked about any nerves, any kind of anxiety going. No, I haven't been nervous since before high school. His attitude is always the same. He's very routine based. So if you talk about a rookie coming in with wide eyes and, these guys are a little faster, bigger, stronger than I might have anticipated them being, I don't see Carson Beck, especially playing at the programs he did play at, having that kind of attitude coming into the NFL for his rookie year.
Yeah, in regards to the preseason not meaning anything, I mean, it's not just based on a player. It's also based on team performance as well. Let's not forget, 2008 Detroit Lions. What does everyone remember about that team? That's a team that went 0-16 in the regular season. The first team to ever lose all 16 games in a 16-game regular season. The funny thing about that team, they were undefeated in the preseason. Right. They were 4-0 in the preseason, then proceeded to not win a single game for months and months on end. So, listen, the preseason's important for development purposes, but you're not going to see a team or a player really show out and see what their actual talent level is going to be because, let's face it, preseason is a walkthrough with a little extra steps. That's all it is.
All right, let's hear from Mike LaFleur on how he thought the rookies performed in the Hall of Fame game.
I'll say, at least for 1 week, and every day is a different day and every week's a different game. But, for that day, I thought the units operated and played with the play style that we were asking from them. It's one of those old adages, you get what you emphasize, and that's what we emphasize. Now, with that being said, when that ball was snapped, there was a ton to clean up. But, most importantly, like I said, that ball was snapped. I saw play style from both sides. Saw a lot to correct. Our rush lanes got a little bit out of whack there, as you guys saw in the second half. And when you do that against that quarterback, who obviously he can move a little bit and throw, I was really impressed with the way he played the position. But a lot to clean up. But in terms of the stuff that takes no talent, I thought all three phases did that at a pretty high clip.
Where would you like to see Carson go from after a perfect performance like that?
You say a perfect?
Yeah, would you like to see a post-performance
from post. Here? I was like, perfect. Yeah. To continue to stack, one day at a time. Let's see what we can do today. That's in the past. What did we learn from it? Because there was a lot of great learning experiences from that game in terms of, stuff that us as an offense, us as a team, but each player could do a little bit better.
And I think what you want to see in what I look for out at fall camp when I'm watching the Arizona Wildcats quarterbacks, whether that's Nova Fida or Sawyer Anderson or Luke Owago, is that you want to see quick decision making from the quarterback. You want to see once they get that snap, are they recognizing what they want to do, where they want to get the ball, going through their progressions in a fast, no hesitations. That's what you want to see. And I think that if anything, you can hang your hat on. That's what you saw from Carson Beck in that initial performance against the Carolina Panthers. Raiders up next tomorrow night in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. That'll be a 5 o'clock kickoff.
Dragon Ball, did
Thursday.
Your guy, Aaron Rodgers, have anything else to say this week?
He was talking about he wished he would go over to Lambeau this year, but that it's going to have to be an invite-only kind of thing.
Yeah, that bridge got pretty singed at least, if not burned, right?
It's pretty torched on a couple of spots there, at least in the support areas of the bridge.
DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. We'll hear more coming up in the 5 o'clock hour from your Arizona Wildcats football team. Seth Dagey, Bobby Wade, and Dragon Ball caught up with defensive back safety Gavin Hunter. Right now, Dragon Ball's got everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona, as well as sports around the world.
Well, Arizona volleyball, want to give out a quick shout out to Carly Cisneros. She was just selected to the preseason All Big 12 Conference team coming into the season after 29 aces last year, and she had 391.5 points per game. 391.5 points. She hopes to go ahead and have that boosted up this season. And just a quick reminder, folks, we have just seen that the University of Arizona football team has posted that they will have their Meet the Cat celebration over at the Davis Sports Center August 15th at 1 o'clock to 2:30. So you can go ahead and get photos with the Territorial Cup as well as meet some of the football players for this year's Arizona football team. Get your autographs there as well. So do go ahead and make sure you plan for that at the Davis Sports Center. It is going to be free to the public. And the Cardinals will be preparing for the Raiders this week, as we've been talking about. They get set to hit the field with their first preseason, or the second game of preseason action. Starters will be getting some run, according to the coaches, and that will include starting quarterback Jacoby Brissett. Talking to the media for the first time this preseason in a long while, he spoke on the leadership role that he takes in as the team's Week 1 starter.
No, I try not to, more so because then that means who I was before wasn't genuine. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm the starter so I can curse you out and stuff like that. That's just not me. You know, I think you, in the times of when you don't get what you want, that's who you need to really show who you are as a man and as a player. And then when you do get pushed into the light or whatever the thing may be, that it only reassures the guys around you that you are who you were when you didn't have it. You know what I mean? So I don't carry any extra weight as far as like being a leader or anything like that. I think I just go out there and just be me.
And I should say that was a question about whether or not his leadership will change because he's become the Week 1 starter. My apologies. The Cardinals will kick off tomorrow against the Raiders at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Some bad news for the Pirates as Paul Skeens saw another dip in his velocity in Tuesday's loss to the Marlins. Only 65 pitches in that game before he was pulled, and the health status for the last year's NL Cy Young winner now up in the air. Manager Don Kelly insisted the pull was not injury-related, but Skeens went on to say he understood the decision and he would probably do it too if he was in Kelly's position. Skeens allowed 2 runs in 5 innings, only 4 strikeouts, his second lowest total this season in at least 5 innings pitched. He has gone 3-4 in his last 9 starts. I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Touchdown, Arizona, the freshman, Gio Richardson.
His 1-2 is really high. He has a care factor, eagerness to want to learn, and really opening himself up to the coaching.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With collisions that are reported, I-19 south of San Javier, the collision's off in the median. Got some slowdowns on the southbound side of I-19 south of San Javier. Other collisions, Drexel west of I-19, a crash downtown at Congress and Scott Avenue and Congress. And for your weather, flood advisory till 6 tonight, 74, the low 93 tomorrow and 91 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Try the new Crispy Chicken Chipotle Bacon Melt Burrito. Loaded with Chipotle seasoned bacon. A brand new classic at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
Football season is almost here. Tune to Wildcats Radio 1290 for 3 hours of pregame insights and analysis from David Kelly.
I just want Noah cognizant of the edges. He can't take chances on the edges.
Kelvin Yvonne.
You have to battle these guys for 4 quarters and love the physicality of it.
And Glenn Howell.
Make sure your containment is proper and pursue the ball.
And play-by-play from the voice of the Wildcats, Brian Jeffries.
It's caught! Touchdown, Arizona!
Wildcats Radio 1290.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage
or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. It's August already, the month we shift our attention away from potholes and road construction and back to school traffic. And our shorter backpack-toting neighbors jumping from the corner bus stop through crosswalks and towards those big yellow buses. So eyes up, cell phones down, and stay alert. This month at Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, we're getting drivers like you ready with all kinds of specials to keep the wheels on your bus going round and round. Specials like free brake inspections and all the tire brands you trust at prices that beat the warehouse clubs and national chains. And Jack Furrier has the budget-friendly brands to Arizona-proof your daily commute and make your daily driving, stopping, starting, and swerving so much better. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by for savings all month long at any of our 14 award-winning locations. And let's remember to keep our eyes up, cell phones down, and get everyone where they need to go safely. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Aleve's got your back with up to 12 hours of back pain relief. With just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Progressive presents Perfectly Bad Excuses for Missing Stuff to Spend More Time on Your Motorcycle.
Hey, Tom. Gonna miss the 5K. Gotta organize my vitamins. A, B, C. There's so many. D.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Your business isn't a science experiment. And at Cumulus Digital, we never treat it like one. You shouldn't have to pay an agency to test theories on your dime. At Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute. Our proven framework delivers results 25% better than industry standards. Visit cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coming to you live from Showtime Cards here on the East Side Speedway. Just a little bit on that block, a few blocks from Craycroft Avenue. Stop on by. It is Wild Card Wednesday. We're breaking boxes of basketball blaster box. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and I think break this one open right now. We've been talking about it for forever. So I'm going to actually break it open here and see what we've got before we
Dragon
get
Ball
to
can
some
help
more.
you with any foreign pronunciations
Oh, I
if
need
you need it.
Any form. So we were talking about the Pokemon Championships. That's actually happening in San Francisco coming up at the end of the month. And there's a young man named Nathan Dean from Marana who is going to be competing in that event coming up at the end of the month. So congratulations to Nathan Dean, a middle schooler from Marana. That sounds
What
like a
number are
pretty
they on
cool
now,
event.
Dragon Ball? Like 20?
In regards to like generation,
Yeah.
We're currently, I believe, we're getting ready to go into Gen 10.
Oh,
the 10th generation of Pokemon. So we've had quite a few, to say the least.
All right, I'm going to open up one of these boxes here. I've got one of the great lieutenants for our guy, George Maurice here. Young man, I always forget your name. You are Jesse. Jesse, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good, Jesse. How's business going?
Good.
There we go.
It's always fun at the shop.
All right. So we've got these. Tell us a little bit more about this. These tops boxes. These basketball blaster boxes.
Yeah. So you guys were talking about it earlier. The main chase of the product is the debut patch.
Okay.
Right. The patch from everybody's first game with the autograph on it. But this is just like the flagship, classic Topps rookie card. That everybody's grown up with, but with a more premium chrome finish on it, it feels a little nicer. They look a little better. They pop more. It's like the rookie card.
Right. And you can get this box. Normally it's $100. You can get it for $75 today as well as tomorrow. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I got a Grady Dick. I've never heard of Grady Dick. Guys, have you heard of Grady Dick?
Yeah, he went to Kansas, and he's been with – well, he was with Indianapolis, the Pacers, for the last couple of years. But, yeah, he's playing for Toronto.
Grady Dick. All right, we got a Amari Williams card there. Got Amari Williams with the out of the Kentucky. Plays with the Boston Celtics. All right, so now this one, Alex, looks like this is a stratospheric
stars insert.
Okay, so now what is that exactly?
Nothing particularly special, just an extra, a way to put more cards in the packs.
Jason Tatum.
Yep.
Right there on the stratospheric stars.
And sets like that are normally just star players and big rookies. Just another way to get better players out of the packs.
And
gotta boo the Duke players.
Only four cards in this box. Alex Sarr. We got Alex Sarr from the he was a first rounder. Was he the first pick that couple
Number
years
two.
ago?
He was a top.
Behind Risa.
Yeah, top five.
Top five pick. All right, so we got Alex Sarr from the Washington Wizards there. All right, so that's the four we got in that box. You want to open one, Alex?
Let's do it.
And we'll see what you got. Get in your box right there. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. This box launched about 6 days ago on August the 6th. First NBA use of the Chrome Update concept, featuring rookie debut patch autographs and a deep refractor rainbow.
I got a Tatum.
You got another
like
Jason
you.
Tatum.
This is
Jason
just a
Tatum,
regular
just a
base
regular
set
card.
JT.
Okay. Jason Tatum.
Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh, hey, Dante.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
This one's clutch time. It's got Kevin Garnett in a tank.
So now a lot of these, I drew a stratospheric, which was a veteran card. This is a clutch gene.
Uh-huh.
And now what does that mean exactly? Does it
it's kind of up
like
to
a clutch
interpretation.
player? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And then I got a rookie, Ryan Nembhard.
Hey,
for
Ryan
the Mavs.
Nembhard. Absolutely. We talked a lot about Ryan Nembhard this past year, and obviously another popular player coming out of the Big 12 Conference. All right, I'm going to open up one more here, and then we're going to let you hear from Seth Dagey before we get to Cricket here shortly and get Cricket's pick for today. All right, Jimmy Butler. I got a Jimmy Butler card here. I got that right there. And Christian Braun. All right, Christian Braun from the Nuggets. That's
another Kansas guy.
Yeah, they
a lot of Kansas guys in this one.
I wonder if they've got something going on here. Ooh, I got the James Harden Clipper card.
It's a good-looking card.
James Harden Clipper card there. Okay.
That's the red, white, and blue parallel.
Oh, so red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
parallel.
it looks like a team exclusive.
Okay.
But they have that for everybody. That's what you get out of the blasters. You get 2 or 3 of those out of each blaster.
Those are they used to be their colors. I don't know if they are anymore. And Clint Capella from the Houston Rockets. There. All right. So there we go. We busted open some of these basketball blaster boxes again. This is a card set you can get for $100 normally. You buy it today or tomorrow, you can get it for $75 out here at Showtime.
Hold on to your Dylan Harpers, y'all.
Yeah, we haven't pulled a Dylan Harper yet, but we will.
You did 6 months ago, when you were first out there doing basketball cards.
There we go.
Do you remember you pulled one Dylan Harper, but not the rare one-of-one type of thing?
Check this out, Alex. This is a 1970 Topps baseball card. That's my uncle.
Is it really?
Yeah, my uncle played 13 years in the
And
big
you found
leagues.
that in the shop, or you went looking for one?
No, actually, somebody sent this to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a guy in California sent me this in the mail. So that's back when he played.
That's pretty cool.
Back when he played with the Kansas City Royals back in the day. All right, Arizona football is off today. It is their second off day of camp. We've been talking a lot about the wide receivers. You heard from Chris Hunter earlier in the show. I want you to hear from offensive coordinator Seth Doege just about this wide receiver battle. I said it's 10 deep, and how they are trying to funnel through and get as many reps to these guys as they can.
I really leave it up to Bobby because Bobby has the best feel of the room, right? And so he does a great job of inserting guys in specific times in practice. The other thing that we've done is we've let Noah take some 2 reps just to get used to, if Gio took all the 1s at the A, does Roddy get a ball from Noah? Does Roddy get to step on the field with Noah? And I wanted that to happen because Roddy's going to be on the field on Saturday with Noah. Mizell the same way. Mizell, we threw a deep skinny to Mizell today with the 1s. And Mizell's technically right now a 2 behind Chris Hunter. And we scored, but we wanted to find ways to make sure that they're getting quality play with number 1. And I think, we do a good job of that. And Bobby, he's probably the best I've ever been around at managing those type of numbers of making sure that everybody feels secure and getting the opportunity that they deserve. And so we'll continue to do that, continue to build that, mix and match, and make sure they're all getting the fair opportunities that they deserve.
Well, that's another guy we really hadn't been talking about when he said Roddy. That's Rodney Gallagher, the transfer out of West Virginia, who is going to be in his first season here. I think he's a senior, so he might have 2 years left of eligibility. That's another guy in the mix there. And again, I go back to what I talked about last year, and this is what I was trying to tell people when I was saying that you've got to get your backup quarterback more reps. You've got to get these guys looks with the 1s and with the 2s, so that if they get into the game, that it's not the first time that Sawyer Anderson is throwing to Chris Hunter. It's not the first time if a wide receiver, it goes for the same thing with the other positions. If Chris Hunter goes down, it's not the first time that Noah Fafita has thrown to Isaiah Mizell, because he's only working with Chris Hunter and Trey Spivey in the 1s, and he's not working with the second string wide receivers. It makes again, this is what I wanted to see last year in terms of how this offense broke down its reps in training camp as they were preparing for the season, but it's definitely the way that we're seeing it right now this year. 520-848-1290 if you want to get in on any of that. Cricket is back with us now, and it is time for Pickett with Cricket, but we have to go back last night. Okay, so Cricket, last night, it was Aces or Mystics.
Mm-hmm.
You chose Aces.
Yeah.
And that was correct.
Yes, it was.
I'm not there, so I can't give you your ding-a-ling-a-ling-ling-ling. Ring. Oh, there we go.
Yay.
All right. Somebody gets it. Somebody. Way to pick things up there, guys. I like it.
All right. Bro, come on. Have you been here for the last 4 years? All I do.
He's on it.
All right. So here's what I got for you tonight, Cricket.
Pick it with Cricket.
Yeah.
I love it.
Alex is like, what
Come
is all
on,
this?
Cricket. It's time to pick it.
All right. This is when. So Alex, this is when we give Cricket something. We give her 2 names or 2 teams, and she has to pick who she thinks is going to win.
I see.
All right.
Okay.
So here's what we're gonna do tonight. This is tennis, Cricket.
Okay.
Tennis. You ever play some tennis?
When I had to.
When you had to.
High school.
You make it sound like they were forcing you.
Well, yeah, I wanted to graduate, so yeah.
Oh, see, in your high school, you had to play tennis to graduate. At my high school, I had to be able to swim to graduate.
Oh,
yeah,
fancy. That sounds fancy.
They basically just said, go ahead and you'll graduate. We'll just put it down as you passed, because I completely failed the test. I still can't swim. All right, Coco or Elena?
Coco.
Coco.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who am I picking? What's
Coco? You're picking Coco Gauff.
Okay.
She is a very popular and well-respected and very good American women's tennis player. She is playing in the semifinals tonight at the event in Canada. We've been talking a lot about the men because we gotta. I like Pat Boyle, the fact he's giving us all these tennis picks, but he's giving us all the men's tennis picks. He's not giving us any tennis picks for the women. So shame on Pat for not being equal opportunity picker in that.
Yeah,
respect.
man.
So you've picked Coco Gauff to beat Elena Rybakina. Elena Rybakina is number 2 in the world. Coco is number 4 in the world. This match is coming up tonight at 6:40 up in Canada. So we are going with Coco, the American, over Elena. I'm not sure what that country flag is. I think she's from like the or somewhere in Europe. Anyway.
Follow-up question. Did you pick it because you like hot chocolate more than you like Seinfeld?
No, I used to have a chicken named Coco. So I picked after my chicken named
Very
Coco.
cool. Very cool.
I don't know.
And actually, we have an update. We have an update on our men's tennis match that we were talking about earlier. It is over, and we have lost. Brandon Nakashima is in the final in Canada. He upsets Rafael. Is it Yoder?
Hodor. So
Hodor.
do I have to be the one to point out Dragon Ball? It's Hodor versus
Hodor.
Brandon.
That's right.
Yeah, Bran versus Hodor.
Hodor.
Some Game of Thrones references all throughout the lineup there.
So Brandon Nakashima upsets Rafael Hodor 7-6, 6-4. He won 7-3 in the first set tiebreaker. So Brandon Nakashima from the United States will await the winner of Lerner Tien and Ben Shelton playing in the second semifinal.
Go Cavaliers.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Brandon Nakashima, who played at Virginia for 1 year. And
Yes,
then
he did.
Turned pro. So we've learned more about Brandon Nakashima this week than we thought
I'm
we'd
going to
ever
write a
know.
book. I'm going to write a Brandon Nakashima biography.
There you go.
And we already know who Ben Shelton's girlfriend is, right?
I believe we do.
Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Do you know, J-Dub, who Ben Shelton's girlfriend is?
I do not.
It is, oh gosh, I forgot her first name.
You don't know either.
Rodman. Rodman's daughter.
Oh, Trinity.
Trinity Rodman, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot her first name. Trinity Rodman and Ben Shelton. They're a couple. Oh, there you go. So
there you go.
You learned something new today here on DK on the Sports Tip. And you're going to learn something right now about what's happening on the roads as you try to get home, because cricket is taking you there every 20 minutes on the fives.
Ina and Oldfather. New wreck reported at Oldfather and Ina. Crash clearing I-19 south of San Javier, mostly off in the median. Some slowing southbound side of I-19 south of San Javier. Flood advisory in effect until 6 tonight, 74 the low, 93 tomorrow, and 90 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, Ben Tyrod, what are you going to do?
I'm way ahead of you. I'll be on RockAuto.com before you can even finish this commercial.
He's right. RockAuto.com. Parts when you need them.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto. Join us Saturday, September 5th, as Brent Brennan and Noah Fafita take on the NAU Lumberjacks.
Touchdown, Arizona!
Our 1290 pregame show starts at 2 p.m. with kickoff scheduled for 6:30 p.m. on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler.
I'm Cookie Serratos, and I'm 11 years old.
She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze fruit on-the-go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Go, Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. We'd like to salute American gymnast Hesley Rivera, who just captured her second straight all-around title at the U.S. Championships. She was in fourth place after the first night of competition, but she stormed back on Sunday to win in Phoenix. Rivera was only 16 when she was a member of the gold medal winning Team USA at the 2024 Olympics. Now, 2 years later, she's joined a legendary group that includes Simone Biles and Nastia Liukin as repeat U.S. all-around champions.
I wasn't looking at the scores. I wasn't looking at the scoreboard. I was just focused on myself and my gymnastics and what I have to do. So it was actually like stress-free. I took all the pressure I could off myself because it's no fun when you're stressed or nervous. And I just want it to be as loose as possible because that's how I do best.
Rivera is anticipated to lead Team USA at the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, and the recent high school graduate is also committed to compete collegiately for LSU. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Jody Jackson on Westwood One.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank guy.
Wow, Charles Barkley?
I just moved into the neighborhood. Can I borrow some Wi-Fi?
Sure, Chuck. That's what the Capital One Cafe is here for, open 7 days a week.
Oh, can I use your ATM? My dog Walker only takes cash.
Anything for a neighbor.
Can I try the catchphrase?
Sure, take it for a spin.
There's no fees and minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
Nice, Chuck. I'll take it from here. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguide for details. Capital One and a member FDIC.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
This is a commercial with real words about Tobacco Barn, so let's get straight to the point. Oh! Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation. Are you kidding me right now? A rare chance to tell the taxman no.
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 Plus, at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, there's a coupon that can save you up to another $3. So check out the website.
This is a great moment in internet history.
Anyway, back to the main point.
What's going on around here?
Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You can keep your city and state sales tax away from the taxman.
Ooh, that one hurt.
And save another $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot.
Are days away from crisis levels. Donors are needed immediately to ensure hospitals have the blood they need for patients whose lives depend on transfusions. You can help ensure accident victims, patients fighting cancer, those with chronic blood disorders, and others across the country receive life-saving medical treatments. Make an appointment today to donate. Use the Blood Donor app, visit redcrossblood.org, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
At Cumulus Digital, we know that in this market, you're either a follower or a leader. While followers settle for the status quo, at Cumulus Digital, we provide the edge leaders are looking for, with digital results that beat industry averages by 25% or more. Hey, you're not average, so your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and take the lead.
BK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Coming to you live from Showtime Cards out here on Speedway. Come on by. Store is open. People are breaking boxes here. Who knows? There might be a $10 million Ohtani card in one of these boxes here at the store that you could come away with if you are ever so lucky. Did want to talk about something happening in Major League Baseball tonight. Jackson Kent is making his Major League debut for the Washington Nationals, Arizona Wildcat baseball class of 2024. Jackson is currently out of the game in the nation's capital against the Cubs. That game is tied at 4 in the top of the 6th inning. He went 4 innings, did Jackson Kent. A little wild tonight was Jackson. He walked 5 batters in 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, 3 earned runs, and he did strike out 6, but Jackson a little bit all over the place in his Major League debut. According to Arizona Baseball, the 96th Wildcat to make his debut in the Major Leagues. Now, I'll repeat, there are actually more than 96 because the Wildcats don't always count players who started their careers here, played in games for Arizona that might have finished at other schools, so that number is probably actually higher than that. But the 96th official Wildcat to appear in the Major Leagues, Jackson Kent tonight making his Major League debut for the Washington Nationals, and we congratulate him on that opportunity. 520-848-1290 if you watched any of that game, if you're watching on the satellite or anything on that and you want to chime in, let us know how you thought Jackson did tonight for the Nationals, who obviously are not having the greatest of seasons. They're 3 games under 500, but they're still not out of it. They are 13.5 games out in the National League East, behind the Atlanta Braves, who are next up for your Diamondbacks, who also lost today. All right, before we get to Dragon Ball's conversation with Gavin Hunter, I do want you to hear more from Bobby Wade on the way that he and Seth Doege are handling the wide receiver reps in a very deep room, a deep competition that they've got going on in Arizona football fall camp.
Yeah, it's tough to be candid about it. You know, it's really not easy because naturally a lot of these guys deserve to play. So naturally in camp, you have to spend a little bit more time. You know, I got to get into that script and understand, you know, kind of the rep count, making sure guys get a fair opportunity. Not only that, but the way we're rotating quarterbacks. You know, obviously Noah's the number 1, but then you got a couple guys fighting for that 2 spot. And naturally you want to be able to get everybody in with Noah at some point. And then you also want your ones to be able to work with Sawyer and Luke, because if, God forbid, something were to happen to Noah, they also need to have that connection with those guys in the back. So it takes a little time, you know, just a little thought process. I do believe the boys trust me in understanding that they're getting their fair shot. We also do a great job to be able to evaluate guys based off of the reps they're in on and the plays that they're actually making, not necessarily about, you know, who's throwing them the ball or was the ball completed, but more or less, are you lining up correctly? You know, are you making the right reads? Are you making the right adjustments? Are you blocking the right guys? So, you know, that goes a lot into obviously the film study and being able to grade it out each and every practice and give guys their fair opportunity.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on that as we get back to practice tomorrow morning out at the Tomey Fields. Practice in the morning tomorrow and Friday, and then Saturday night will be the next 3-day phase for Arizona football camp as they continue their preparations for the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks coming up on September the 5th. All right, that's the offensive side of it. On the defensive side of it, we've got some new safeties that are competing to replace the likes of Traden Stukes, Dalton Johnson, who are going to be playing the Cardinals tomorrow night in that preseason game up in Las Vegas. One of those saw a lot of playing time last year, started at the beginning of the season, started at the end of the season, and that's Gavin Hunter. He's a 6'2" senior out of Hawaii. And last season, started 3 games, 239 defensive snaps, I should say. Had an interception last year, 19 tackles, and Dragon Ball caught up with him to talk a little bit about what is a pretty packed and experienced safety room as well for Arizona.
Reports are there's a lot of speed in the safety room this particular season. Would you say that you're one of the main reasons why people are saying that?
Of course.
There's been a lot of change and a lot of different faces kind of stepping into new spots on the depth chart in the defensive backfield area here for the Arizona defense this season. What's been the overall feeling of getting all those guys caught up to speed on what it's going to take to get to first team reps and getting ready for major play here on Saturdays?
I mean, I would say, my coaches did a really good job bringing in guys that got real game experience, bringing in guys that could definitely, play on this level in an elite way, so it wasn't hard to get everybody caught up to speed, I guess you could say. I feel like it was more so just getting them bought in on our culture here, and the standards that we have set for ourselves, especially in the secondary. It's high standards, so getting them bought into the culture and stuff like that. But everyone's bought in and we're ready to go.
And the culture, and not just that, but also the amount of utility that Coach Gonzalez looks to use with a lot of movement, a lot of shades, and a lot of different hidden parts of the defense. Has there been any issue getting those guys caught up on this is what this look actually means in our defense versus what it has been in potentially their previous places around college football?
I mean, I would definitely say at first, if the defense is new to you, it's a lot, because it's a lot of different, like you said, a lot of different stuff that goes into it, on all three levels of the defense. So at first, it was definitely a learning process for them, but, we went through spring ball, we went through summer, we really built this thing up one step at a time, and thank God we got fall camp in front of us, which is a chance to continue sharpening the sword, but, everyone's pretty much caught up to speed.
And we've had the transfer portal in college football for a while now. And initially, when it was first brought in, a lot of folks were coming in at the last possible moment, trying to get everything caught up. But now there's all these different periods and all this different opportunity to get caught up with not just the playbook, but also, like you said, the culture. How much value has there been now in having all these guys get brought into the campus and learn about everything and meet everybody so early on before we start getting into the actual training camp aspects of college football schedule?
I feel like it's nothing but good things, getting able to experience spring ball here. I feel like spring ball is definitely is big. It's like another version of fall camp, you could say. Just getting able to get real team reps and learn the defense, out there going against the best quarterback in the country, and, probably the most explosive offense in the country, so it's definitely reps that we don't take for granted. And in terms of the chemistry side of things, it gives us time to be able to meet each other and get shared experiences and bond off the field, which is only going to help us on the field. So I would say it's definitely it's great for the transfer guys.
And you mentioned going up against the top quarterback in the nation, the top offense potentially in the conference. You have this opportunity to go up against such a high-end opponent in practice, preparing for who you'll be facing on Saturday. How has that helped you individually as a player in your position to not only have that chance to go up against a high-end talent guy, but see how he works and how he breaks things down and see how you can go ahead and maybe try to beat a guy that doesn't have his level of IQ, but he's able to give you that insight into what somebody like that would potentially try to do on game day?
I mean, it's definitely something that, I'm blessed with. Everyone in the country can't say that they go against the top quarterback in the country. Not only that, but the caliber of receivers I go against on a daily basis, as well as our running backs, tight ends, and our O-line as well, just the offense as a whole. It's something that me individually definitely helps my development. Noah is he's a Heisman caliber guy. You know, he's a guy that he's gonna really if you don't bring it, you know what I mean, he's gonna expose you. So you got to bring it every day. And you know, once we get to Saturdays, it's kind of like second nature. You know, we just ready to go against whoever we may line up across. You know.
And over the off season, did you have anything that you were binge watching? Any shows or any movies that really kind of caught your eye over the off season?
I would say lately, you watched the Odyssey yet?
Yes. So
I seen the Odyssey, and that kind of just brought me back into the rabbit hole of like the Greek mythology and all that. So I went back, started watching Troy. We watched 300, Gladiator. I know Gladiator's like Rome, but kind of just started binge watching all of those movies. And that's really what I've been doing in my free time the past couple weeks.
There you go, Gavin Hunter, safety senior for the University of Arizona, with our Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, what kind of stood out to you about some of the things that Gavin had to say there?
I mean, just the fact that, again, these are guys that are taking advantage of their reps in practice going up against Noah and the offense. Again, this is going to be one of the guys that a lot of people are going to look at the beginning of the season in Noah to be one of those top-end quarterbacks. Again, they've already thrown out the Heisman resume and everything like that, the Big 12 Media Day, but he is a solid quarterback. And the only thing that you can gain as a defensive back practicing against a guy of that caliber is better. You can only get better. So hearing that they're taking advantage of it.
DK on the sports tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got traffic and weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With collisions I-19 south of San Javier and slowdown southbound I-19 south of San Javier. Roadwork on Grant east of Country Club to Swan Road. You could use Pima instead. Slowing it on Alvernon at Grant due to roadwork. A flood advisory in effect until 6 tonight, 74, the low 93, tomorrow in 90 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oof, shocking time to lose a whole strut.
Ugh, comedy is not your thing, but I do know that Rock Auto has what I need to fix it.
With parts shipped right to your door. No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and comments.
I love a girls' weekend, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
You can usually find me in the kitchen, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm still in the mix with Skyrizi to treat my joint symptoms.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe at 4 months.
Or if you're an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
14 teams believed, 12 were wrong. The Indoor Football League National Championship hits the Tucson Convention.
So you hit the farmer's market in your convertible. Turns out Daniel Hughes is not dependable. But Progressive is. So bundle your home and auto insurance and get 24/7 protection and reliable coverage. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply by September 1st and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
You just testified under oath you're getting more fiber in your diet, and it was easy? Where is this additional fiber coming from?
Mira Fiber Gummies.
Objection!
It's true. Mira Fiber has 8 grams of fiber to help me get the fiber I need in a day, plus 4 B vitamins for metabolism support. All in one serving.
Overruled.
My gut rests its case.
Oh, that's my line.
Find Mirafiber today at your local retailer from the makers of Miralax. Mirafiber supports metabolism of carbs, fats, and proteins. Serving size is 4 gummies.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Final segment of our show on this Wednesday. We'll be back with you. Full show tomorrow. Full show Friday, back in studio. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Call us or text us. Last night in the WNBA, the Mercury got a win. Finally, on the road. It's been a difficult road trip, and they had to make another stop on the trek in Los Angeles as they came back out to the West. 3 straight losses after a win in Chicago. But last night, they got a win over the Sparks.
Merck will get some days off before the Diana Taurasi jersey retirement over the weekend against Portland. First shot of the evening is knocked down. Noemi Brochant. Brochant, the rookie, who's gaining confidence, and what a reversal for 2.
And that's a big defensive play right there, too, making that shot tough for Burrell.
Takes it end to end, scores it and 1.
Noemi Brochant having a really good first quarter.
We told you, if you're a purist who loves defense, this might not be the game for you. Certainly offense has been shining so far. Brochant back to the well. She's looking like a different player right now. Copper flips Brochant. Welcome to the No-No Show. Whitcomb came over, help side. Sammy gets the steal. Whitcomb throws ahead. Brochant behind. The layup's there, and we're tied.
It's all about the defense, communicating, helping each other. Sammy Whitcomb recognizing that.
DP got her hands in there, and it's stolen away. Here comes No-No. Brochant hesitation to the cup, and the foul. Under 10 to shoot. Nearing 2 to play. Brochant with her 6th steal. In the layup.
Noemi Brochant, big game for your Mercury last night. She had 24 points on 10 of 13 from the floor. 94-87 the final. It was the 29th. And their next road game on the 17th, the final 3 to start the final stretch of 4 games on the season. So we'll have to look into that, exactly see what that is all about. But good stretch coming up at home for your Mercury for sure. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848-1290. Let's give you your Casino del Sol replay for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Arizona basketball alums Richard Jefferson, Channing Frye, both out of the Phoenix area, have a podcast called Road Trippin', which they host alongside Allie Clifton, a studio host for the Los Angeles Lakers, and they interviewed Carter Bryant during the recent NBA Summer League. And one of the things they talked about with Carter Bryant was the fact that whenever really any NBA player heads out onto the road and has played at the University of Arizona, they go into a lot of these NBA cities, and the Arizona Wildcat basketball fans that have come to see them play definitely stand out.
All going down. Yeah, we're all just roaming around campus, going down to No Anchovies and just eating pizza and just chilling out down there.
Do you get a lot of bear downs? Do you see the community of Arizona now that you're in the league still?
I didn't know that there were so many people that went to University of Arizona. I did not know that.
You're obsessed.
We'll be in like Detroit on like a random Tuesday night, and then like you're walking out the tunnel and like 40 people are like, bear down. You're like, what is going on? Why are you guys all the way over here? Like literally everywhere you go in the NBA, like no matter where it is, like there's gonna be Arizona fans. Yeah.
And Allie didn't know this until we started going and doing we went to McHale to do your red and blue. And I think we did 2 of them. But we would always hype up. I was like, you don't understand. It's kind of a cult.
I thought they were full of
I was like, you don't understand.
Like,
it's a cult. It's different down there. She went down there and she's like, what?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's crazy down there.
Yeah. And it's fun. See, this is the thing. Other places are crazy and it's stuffy. It's crazy. Like Kansas is crazy, but you're in Kansas.
Lawrence.
And Arizona is like that, but you're also in Tucson.
Have you ever tapped into like some of the alumni that have ever gone through there, whether that's Jason Terry or Richard or Steve Kerr?
The first initial thing that anybody that has attended Arizona told me about our alumni is just don't contact Richard Jefferson. Like whatever you do,
Are you serious?
don't contact him.
Dead serious.
He's just gonna.
Dead serious.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. They were just like, no, he's a bad person. He's a bad guy. No, I'm playing.
Today's Casino Del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino Del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Well, I guess it is true. Arizona basketball across the country never sleeps, guys.
Someone needs to teach him that, not all University of Arizona students are from Tucson.
Yes.
So, and there's not a lot of industry here. So spending the last 35 years of my life around the U of A, I've had a lot of roommates from New Jersey and New York.
People go ahead and they come into Tucson, but they don't necessarily are from Tucson.
Yeah, it's not surprising to see a bunch of 40 guys with U of A Block A's in Detroit, because it doesn't mean just because you went to the U of A doesn't mean you're from here. Really wide, a wide base of students. DK, I did want to mention it's the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup being held in Berlin, Germany from the 31st of August to the 16th of September. So they got obligations with their country's national teams.
That's what they released the United States team about a week ago. So that I hadn't been following closely exactly what the international tournament was for that. But there you go. You just answered that question. FIBA.
And by the way, that episode was a little shorter. It's about 35 minutes. They usually do about over an hour. But it was because Carter Bryant had limited availability there in Las Vegas during the Summer League. But at the end of it, they did say, Allie did say, I wish, Carter, that you could be a part of this every single show. And he said,
Kelly, that's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great night, everybody. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. Earlier crash occurred at Ina and Old Father and Ina. We got some slowdowns westbound on Speedway Boulevard as you approach I-10. Also some road work, and we do see rush hour slowdowns for Aviation Parkway eastbound near Keno Parkway. A flood advisory in effect until 6 tonight, 74, the low 93 tomorrow, and 90. Flood advisory in effect until 6 tonight, 74, the low 93 tomorrow, and 90 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is... Nobody covers your Cats like we do. With press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats.
No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
It's DK on the sports tip. Did you hear what we were talking about? Dragon Ball, if you were going to be given an NIL for NAU, what sport would that have been?
Probably would have had to try it out for at least the Quidditch team because
Quidditch? No, I bet.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
for
don't
sure.
even know what that is. What is Quidditch?
Quidditch is
It's a wizard
fictional-
sport.
It's a
Is that
wizard
card game?
It's kind of like lacrosse on a broomstick with magic.
DK on the Sports Tip, Monday through Fridays at 3 right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
The Target, 422 Maple Drive. No tripped alarms, no broken windows. While you were sleeping, they made off with $50,000 in equity, and they didn't even use a getaway car.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Don't let termites turn your equity into sawdust. We stop the heist before the damage is done. Call 520-201-2000 for your free termite inspection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, termites.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, get any size mattress for one low price, starting at $249.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns, and here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management. As a boutique fiduciary investment firm, our clients have trusted us to guide them down their financial paths for decades. Whether you are an individual or family, business, foundation, or nonprofit, we are committed to your long-term goals and financial futures. We are proud supporters of the Tucson community and all that makes our city so special. Visit online at meridianwealthllc.com to learn more about Meridian today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tune to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.